Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to NerdPod Generations, episode 175. As always, I am one of your illustrious hosts, Steve Taylor, along with the always lovely Al Judson. Hello, sir.
Hello, friends and enemies.
I should say furry Al Judson.
Yes, I am very hairy at the moment.
You're very hairy.
I'm an
impressed.
extremely hairy guy because I have a Halloween costume.
Yeah.
And so as a result...
Robin Williams, right?
Yes, definitely.
I knew it.
So I have to grow out my beard. Because you can't be Treebeard without a beard.
That is true.
And so I have two dogs, Mary and Pippin.
Have you been practicing your Entish?
I have not, no. We were trying to come up with a LinkedIn conversation or a LinkedIn costume for Kelly. And I was like, you can just be an Ent wife. She was like, no one knows what they look like.
That's
right.
Like,
perfect. That's right. Exactly right.
She can just go dress this the way she is. And be like, I'm an Ent wife. No one knows what they look like.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Not even the Ents know what they look like.
Not even the Ents know. I love that. I love that. All right, folks. NerdPod Generations 175, meaning there are 174 previous episodes of Pure Gold, so please go back and listen to our back catalog, and you can find us at nerdpodgen.com. There is a link on the main homepage to whatever the most recent episode is. There's links to both Spotify and Apple Podcasts. There's also links to YouTube, where Al has been graciously uploading full episodes and clips for everyone to get a little taste of our show, if, I don't know, a better way to say that, a little taste of our show.
Yeah.
And anyways, please go back and listen to it because we love doing the show and we put a lot of passion and love and heart and
this is one of the few passion projects that we really have that we come
really
back
is.
Week after week and it's like, no, we are going to.
And I look forward to it.
I do too. I got some writing done for the first time in a while, like an hour and change of writing done. It was mostly just describing a town, which was really fun.
You and your descriptions had to be 17 pages.
Well, it's funny because I get halfway through and I'm like, oh, okay, that's not bad, but I feel like I should put in a little bit more. And so you go back and you write a little bit more. And then you keep going and you're like, I just don't feel like we're getting the full picture yet. We got to go back and put a little bit more in.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's good to know that things don't change. Though.
Yeah, no, never ever.
No. So, folks, this is Halloween Havok week 2. We do have some Halloween segments to talk about at the end. But first, we're going to start.
Some ghosts and ghoulies.
Yeah, some really kind of fun ones.
Dead bodies galore.
Oh, yeah.
Including some that I was rather shocked.
It's pretty good cast in that last.
I have so many conflicting feelings about that movie.
All right, we're going to get to that movie, folks. I can't wait to talk about that. But first, we got to go into what have we been watching, playing, reading. I'm going to start because I have a short little tidbit. It's all video games. And then it's going to roll into a discussion with video games, a certain game that just came out.
Yeah, a certain thing that's happening.
So, I had an epiphany the other day. Mm-hmm. I don't like Mario Kart World.
Really? You've officially turned on it.
Because Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is a far superior game in literally every way.
I'll say, I don't know that I would say that's a far superior game, but I do agree that it's a better game.
Well, when was the last time you played Mario Kart 8? Have you played it? Well, here's the thing. Have you played it since playing Mario Kart World?
Yes, because I would play it while I edit the show.
Oh, well, there you go.
And so, if we're talking about outside of those purviews, I haven't played it just for fun since World Tour came out. Mm-hmm. But I have played it since World Tour came out.
Well, to me, it boils down to the graphics are not night and day difference.
No, they're about the same.
They're about the same. Performance, also about the same. Courses, the amount of courses, amount of characters, amount of customization, it's not even on the same ballpark.
No, I'll say this. Mario Kart World Tour technically has more characters because they make every costume its own character.
Yeah, which
is like a bullshit way to do that.
Exactly.
And I will still attest, they put a lot of characters, quote unquote characters, in that are just enemies from Mario games, which is fine depending on the level of and status of the enemy. But I still say there's a lot of those that it's just like nobody was clamoring to play some of these characters.
No,
and you know who we do want? The Koopa kids.
Yes. And we want Link.
And we
want Funky Kong, who is my racer.
Diddy Kong. All these different Kongs. There's so many other things that I believe
the Inklings or Squid Kids, however you want to call them.
I believe the Villager people, the Animal Crossing people. I go back to, I think I said this in my initial review of World Tour. Anytime you regress on something, that's a bad sign. And World Tour regressed on several things. In order to try and do something new, but the thing that they were doing, I don't get the purpose of.
Yeah. No, I agree. And I did move Mario Kart 8 over to the Switch 2, and it has actually increased the frame rate a little bit.
Oh, yeah?
So it's actually a little bit
cleaner,
even cleaner on the Switch 2, which makes it even more to the point. I'm not going to lie. I sold my Mario Kart World on
no
eBay.
kidding. You were done?
I'm done with it.
You're done?
And I love, like, folks, I want to say this without any shadow of a doubt. I love the Switch 2. The Switch was my favorite system ever.
Yeah.
Now the Switch 2 being a shinier, better version of it is my...
Yeah.
It's in line. It's going to be my favorite system ever. I just know it is.
Yeah.
I love the Switch 2. I love everything about it. It's great. I just can't get over the fact that, like you said, you have this amazing game. Either you port it over for the third system and add things like Knockout and World Tour. Just add that to the base game of Mario Kart 8 and just call it Mario Kart. And it's like, okay, do what we've always wanted them to do with Madden and just take something that is working, which Madden, that you have to go back many years for that.
Yeah.
And instead of putting out a new one, just add to it. Like they did with Mario Kart 8. They kept adding courses, adding characters, adding things, this and that. It was awesome.
Yeah, have it be Mario Kart 8 World Tour.
Yeah.
And it's just an extension of Mario Kart 8.
Kind of like Bowser's Fury. With,
and it has more characters, it has all these other things. Then, if you add in, like, the Pokies and the crabs and the fucking little duck things from Tropicana Village, whatever it is, then it's like, okay, well, I don't get that, but I don't have to deal with that either. I just have to unlock all of them, and then I can cross that off my list of things to do.
Exactly.
And I can still play as all the characters I want to play as. But, like, literally, almost all the characters I regularly play as are gone.
Yeah,
in World Tour.
Very much so.
And it's just like, I agree.
And the carts.
Yeah, the lack of customability in the carts is really almost sinful in a lot of ways, of just like, why? But why? Why not have customable carts? Was that such a big tax on the game itself that you can't possibly bring that back?
They can't even say that it was a tax, because if they could pull off what they did with Mario Kart 8 and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate on the OG Switch, you can't tell me that they can't do something similar on the Switch 2. Is night and day powerful, much more powerful.
The other thing that I'm hearing in the whispered corners of meme world in the internet is that Kirby Air Rider is going to be a far superior game.
Oh, I believe it.
Anyway.
It's Sakurai.
And so I
can't wait for that game.
That is a game that at this point, the scores are all good, but I'm left with just a lot of questions, because we literally only know 2 racers, and I've never seen a racing game that only had 2 racers. That's never been a thing that I've ever seen.
Well, that's why I'm curious. I'm curious if they're going to have just almost like a Smash Brothers. And somebody had a great idea.
That's what I think they should do, is a Smash Brothers.
And roll them out. Like, have like 10, but then roll out new ones like they rolled out Smash characters.
Yeah. And like, I've heard some Kirby fans talk about like, oh, those Kirby characters are beloved by Kirby fans. And I'm like, yeah, but like nobody knows who Rick the Hamster is.
There's not many Kirby fans.
You know, like, and like, I get being a Kirby fan, but like, we're talking like real deep lore Kirby fans.
Yeah.
And I have no problem with that in concept, but I think a better execution would be to include those characters and Link, and Zelda, and Ganondorf.
And the thing I'm nervous about, not nervous, but excited about, is if this game does come out on fire, like it's supposedly going to be this amazing thing, it's going to make the Mario Kart World team look really fucking bad.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I know Sakurai is the man, and he was able to pull off the miracle of Smash Ultimate, but come on, guys.
Yeah. No, I have so many questions about so many things Nintendo is doing, like Air Riders and like certain Pokemon.
Well, let's roll this into now. Okay, so I'm not a Pokemon guy. My son is. He has ZA on his OG Switch. He's playing it now. He seems to like it. There was a leak. And you are a Pokemon.
I've been a Pokemon fan since I was 10 years old.
You just haven't had a chance to play the game yet.
No, I've watched people play it, but I have not played it myself, and I don't have a firm enough grip in the world to be like, oh, these are the problems I have. But everything I've heard about it, I'm like, well, really?
Because of my ignorance with Pokemon, I watched. Have you ever heard of beat 'em ups?
Oh yeah, I think so.
The guy Wood, he does this YouTube channel, beat 'em ups. He has, I think it's the biggest Switch collection in the world or something. Like, he has every console
Congratulations.
ever, and like every game and variation and all that. So he's a huge Nintendo fan. He did a 4-hour stream of Pokemon ZA, and I watched half of it. Because I'm like, I'm not going into this, because the reason I'm saying this, folks, is there was a leak that showed the games that are coming out over the next 5 years, ending in the next generation comes out in 2030.
Okay. That's long for Pokemon. Usually,
well, there's like another. There's another one. There's another like Arceus type game, Legends
game.
Yeah, and there's that one with the Diplo or not Duplo.
Oh yeah, the Ditto.
The Ditto that
the Ditto Farmville.
But there's like a few more in between, and then there's the next generation. The big thing though is they talk budgets.
Yeah.
Okay.
We found out how much these games cost to make.
So I mentioned this to you, and so Scarlet Violet, which was janky as hell.
Yeah.
27 million plus copies it sold. I gave it the benefit of the doubt, saying the copies averaged $40. I know it was probably more than that, but sometimes there were sales, so I'm going to say $40.
An average of $40 to $50, I think, is fair.
So it's well over $1 billion.
Yeah.
Okay. The budget for that game was roughly $10 million.
Which is insane.
The budget for ZA was $13 million.
Which is insane.
And that is the part that pissed me off, because when I watched the stream of ZA, it runs on the Switch 2, smooth as heck, but all of the NPCs, there's no voice work.
Nope.
All the NPCs still are stagnant. They're just standing. And it's... all the windows are the same.
The graphics look like shit. The buildings look like shit.
Yes.
There's no texture to anything.
Yes.
It's all flat.
And it's like, I don't want to hear anyone say, well, they had to make it for the Switch and Switch 2. I have played Red Dead Redemption on Switch 1. I have played Skyrim on Switch 1. The 2 Zelda games.
Yeah.
Massive. Far bigger than these Pokemon games.
You have a chance to lean into the stylization. Let's look at the last Legends game. Yeah. Which didn't look like this. The last Legends game didn't look like this, and it was on Switch. It had problems because it was on Switch and had a lower processing power, but it didn't look like this.
But the way I look at it now is, I don't know if that's the excuse they should use, is at a lower processing power. I think the excuse is they pumped the minimal amount of fucking money into it, and then said, here's our broken game. I don't know what we can do. It's an old...
We tried our best.
They put fucking Doom 2016 on the Switch 1, and it ran okay.
Yeah.
That game is far more taxing than any Pokemon game ever made.
No, it's honestly shameful in a lot of ways.
It's very shameful.
It's like, because like, what have we been yelling about for years now? Every time I come on this show and talk about Pokemon, it's always like, you have to innovate. Yes. You have to honor your history. You have to grow. You are doing none of these things.
Yes.
And, I guess you're honoring your history in making the most boring, bland version of a game. And then when you do innovate in some way, you immediately regress in that innovation.
Well, and somebody brought up a good point in the chat on that live stream I watched. There's only 1 or 2 buildings in this entire city you can actually go into.
Yeah. All
the rest, the shop owners are standing outside of them. And they go back to the OG Game Boy games of Pokemon. You could go into every house.
Every building in any given town. Yeah. No, and I look at this and there are so many elements of it that Nintendo came out so proudly about. And I just don't understand where that hype is coming from. Because the whole game takes place in one city. Why? That's fucking asinine. I get it. You have parks and you have this and you have that. There's huge mountain-sized Pokemon that aren't going to be naturally found in town. It's immediately going to be stupid as soon as you have that kind of thing happen. Or it's just not going to happen, in which case you're cutting out an enormous swath of what the game should be. How about swimming? Are there going to be just large lakes in the middle of town that you have to sail over? No, there's not. So what is this? What are we doing? Yeah. You've put up these unnecessary guardrails. I was watching our buddy Steve playing it before you got here, and there was one song for the hour and change that he was running around. Yeah,
it's the same fucking song.
There's one song
throughout the entire thing
for the entire city, and then every once in a while it'll change because of battle music or day-night cycle or overworld stuff. But the vast majority of it is one song. Are you fucking kidding me? What is wrong with you? I saw the active battle system. It's interesting. It's a good adaptation of the Pokemon system to make it more active based. It doesn't strike me as something great. It doesn't like blow my mind like, ooh, I got to get this game and try it out for myself. I'm like, okay, is there another option for battle systems? No. Then I don't know. I don't get this, man. You know, like it almost feels like we spent years going through Rock Tunnel and all these other places where you would just have to deal with fucking Zubat everywhere. That was the Pokemon you found. And when you didn't find a Zubat, you found a Geodude. And that was it. There were other Pokemon to find, but they were never found. It was always fucking Zubats. It almost feels like they're proudly being like, look, here's a bunch of Pidgey because it's a city. It's like, okay, and it's 7 Pidgey. What am I going to do with that? Nothing. I'm going to do nothing with that. Here's 7 Spinarak because it's a city. Okay, what am I going to fucking do with that? Absolutely nothing. There's nothing for me to do with that. That's a nothing burger, man. That's the problem that we've been talking about. We wanted more variety, and your response was to turn around and be like, now it's only city Pokemon. It's like, that's nothing.
Well, and they the one thing that they talked about a lot is the battle system now is more Xenoblade Chronicles based.
It's active.
It's more
There's
of
no
like
turns.
an active action. Yeah.
Yeah. You kind of tell your Pokemon what you want it to do, and it'll do it.
Exactly.
But there's not a turn where it's like, okay, on this turn I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to heal, and then I'm going to do this.
But the thing with, as soon as they said it as like a Xenoblade thing, all I thought in my head is, you go back and look at what Monolith Soft was able to do with Xenoblade Chronicles 3 and X on the OG Switch. And they are they're a second party, but they're part of Nintendo's infrastructure. And they help out on a lot of games. You can't tell me that Nintendo can't go to Game Freak and say, listen, you need to get some of these guys to come in and help you do a $50 million. Now, $50 million budget for a game that's going to make $1 billion is still nothing.
It's still a drop in the bucket.
I can't even comprehend what
We're
the
talking
budget
about
for Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be.
We're talking about like what, maybe like 0.5 of the overall budget. If it's $1 billion game and you're spending $50 million on it, that's nothing.
That's a drop.
We've been hearing a lot. I've been hearing a lot. I've been listening to a lot of podcasts about how rich people are spending their money.
Yeah.
In particular in the NBA, which is a fascinating story. If anybody doesn't know, go look up what's going on with the Clippers in the NBA right now. But essentially what's going on is that the past owner of Microsoft, Steve Ballmer, is basically using shell companies to overpay his players without crossing the boundary of the salary cap.
Yep.
And when asked how all this happened, Steve Ballmer's excuse was basically like, I don't know what happens to $50 million. I lose $50 million all the time. I don't keep track of that kind of money.
Yeah.
The fuck?
Yeah.
The fuck are you? What do you mean you just lose $50 million?
Yeah.
What do you invest in stuff and you just don't care about how it comes out? What kind of asinine nonsense psychedelic trip are we on?
To him, that's probably a weak
That's
pay.
what makes me infuriated, is that, like, to some people, that's reasonable because of how much money he has. And my response is, that he shouldn't have that much money.
Exactly. But I'm frustrated. Once again, I do not have a dog in this race because I am not a Pokemon guy. But I am so frustrated for Pokemon fans.
I just want a good Pokemon game. Yeah.
But it's like, I can't even imagine what a $50 million Pokemon game would look like.
It would be incredible.
It would be unbelievable.
Huge. Like, Kelly, at one point, Steve opened up the world map, and she was like, is that the map? And he was like, yep.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's
the entire map of the entire game? Are you shitting me? There's a tutorial? Why in the hell do we have tutorials in Pokemon games?
It's a long tutorial
that you have to play through. It's a 2-hour tutorial.
2 hour tutorial.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
For what possible reason?
Yeah.
Oh, it's so complicated. I'm never going to be able to catch up on how to play Pokemon. No, what? Are you fucking insane?
And the fun part is they're making these games for people like my son.
They're still making them for 9-year-olds.
But that's the thing, though. My son got kind of bored with the game and went right back to Fortnite.
Yeah.
So he's playing it a little bit, and he's like, yeah, it's fun. But it's not like the game where he's like, holy shit, I gotta play this fucking game.
Here, listen, I appreciate this. Again, I know Pokemon fans that are really looking forward to this because it brings back elements that they really like, and it does things that they've been wanting it to do as a series, and it's just new in its own conception of what a Pokemon game can be. And I understand all of those points. however. We have to raise our standards, guys. We can't just
Yes.
eat the shit that they give
Yes.
us all the time. I understand that you want Mega Evolutions to come back. Then demand that it's done in a better forum
Yes.
than this, okay? I know that you don't want it to just be 8 gym leaders. You go around, you beat all the gym leaders, you catch Pokemon. You want it to be more than that. Okay, great. Demand that it's in a better forum than this, though,
Yes.
man. Like, it. As a Pokemon fan who watched Arceus change how Pokemon games saw themselves, I was like, so you can do it.
Yeah.
So you can make this happen. You can push the boundaries while still retaining the feel of a genuine Pokemon game. There's no gym leaders. There's like kind of pseudo gym leaders in Arceus, but not in like a you enter a building, you fight 5 people, and then you fight a gym leader, and they have a Pokemon type that they religiously stick to. None of that. We got rid of all of that.
Yeah.
You have all these different Pokemon that you ride around. Great. Awesome. This is so cool. And then you get to Violet, and they take some of those concepts and they try and put them into Violet, and you end up with Miraidon. And like the way that they gatekeep the entire world is by making it so that the last thing you get to do is climb up cliff faces. You can fly before you can climb cliffs in that game.
Which is nuts.
Which is insane to me. Like, it just feels so backwards.
Yeah.
And it really feels like, it almost feels like the Dallas Cowboys in a way. Which is to say, they know that there won't be any ramifications. They can put out the most piece of shit version of this beloved property. No one's going to get fired. Nothing's going to change. There's not going to be any demands that they do anything differently. I mean, there will be, but they won't be heard by anybody with power. The people that make those decisions are the same people that are making money hand over fist for not putting money into the game.
Exactly.
And so they are not incentivized to make the game better because we're all still playing the shit version of the game, and then we just go online and we complain about it. But this is what Dallas Cowboy fans have done for 30 years. You watch the shit version of the thing that you like, play shittily because one man decides that you don't get to have nice things, and then everybody goes on the internet and complains about it.
Yep.
And I'm just like, when did Pokemon become the Dallas Cowboys?
And it's even more frustrating when you realize that the Pokemon Company owns the #1 intellectual property in the world.
It is literally the biggest property possible.
By far.
And they could do so many things with it.
God.
It's like how they've come out with one Pokemon movie in 30 plus years.
Yeah.
How have you... Excuse me, wait, come back. So we've had a bunch of animated Pokemon movies of middling quality.
Yeah.
Because they were all attached to the fucking anime, which is of middling quality. I love the... Listen, guys, I love the anime. Especially the first few seasons.
they're
I
great.
love the anime. I will
And
never...
even the anime movies I thought are great.
I will never let that go. But, like, let's be real here. There are problems with all of the movies.
Oh, yeah.
Connected to plot and pacing and characterization and all these other details. But, like, you know, as a nostalgia thing, yeah, I love fucking Mewtwo Strikes Back. I'm not going to sit here and say I don't love
Mewtwo
that
Strikes
movie.
Back
I
is
fucking
awesome.
love that movie.
That's a
But,
great movie.
like, let's be honest here. There are moments in that movie where you're like, excuse me, what's happening now?
Yeah.
And this is going where now? But anyway, I look at all the possibilities of what a Pokemon movie could be.
Well, and like, I love Detective Pikachu.
I like Detective Pikachu. I had issues with the third act. I thought it got away from them when it turned into, oh, Pikachu is his dad? And now Bill Nye is Mewtwo, and okay, this is...
Yes, it was
Cassie
a
Lang
little...
is a Psyduck. Kenneth Watanabe is fucking... what did he have? He had like a ride-on or something. And I'm just like, okay... This isn't where I thought this was going.
So, story aside, the integration of Pokemon with live action was phenomenal.
The look of it was incredible.
Phenomenal.
The look of it was beyond the pale. It was so good. And, like, the things that should have been creepy were creepy. The things that should have looked cool looked cool.
Yeah.
And
the interrogation of Mr. Mime was
is
so
a great
fucking
scene.
awesome.
It's a great scene, whether you like it or lump it. You can't admit, you can't disagree. That's a great scene. The Charizard, we could do passes on the Charizard to make it look better, right?
Yeah.
It does the scales. You got the scales wrong. We just need to figure out the scale pattern to make it look better, right? We can figure this shit out. I still say one of the best sports movies that you could have is a Pokemon movie.
Yeah.
How is there not a sports Pokemon movie out yet? It's the most basic bare... You want to talk about not innovating on a basic idea? Just make blue. Make red and blue.
Yeah.
That's all you need to do. Just have it be a kid trying to win a tournament with his Pokemon and the journey he goes on. That's it.
And they already made that movie with robots. Real Steel, the one with Hugh
Yes.
Jackman.
I fucking
Swap
love
that out
Real
with
Steel.
Pokemon.
Yeah.
There you go.
You go and you fight these weird bikers and they all have mohawks and mucks and Machokes and you're
There you
like,
go.
okay, there's cool shit to do here and you're fucking blowing it.
But that's the problem, is because they sold 27 million copies of a janky-ass fucking game being Scarlet and Violet.
And we all played it.
And
we all said, please do better next time, but we'll take it. Thank you, yes.
ZA is still going to sell 20 million copies.
Even I came on this show after playing Violet on the Switch 2, and I said, guys, it's a better game. Violet's a better game. It just needed a better processor.
Yeah.
Okay, yes. But also, let's be real. There's a lot of other things just in the bones of the piece that need to be fixed.
And that was the interesting part of finding out the budget. Because, once again, all of the excuses we had for why the game was janky could be on the processor and all that until we found out the price.
Yeah.
Once you found out the price, you could say, I call bullshit.
Yeah.
Because there's no way that fucking, goddamn, not one of my favorite games, but Splatoon. Mm-hmm. Crazy all over the place, ink going everywhere, much different. Online, runs like a champ. Runs smooth as hell in the old system. You can't fucking do Pokemon any better.
Well, it's not like the processor is going to make the writing better.
No.
The writing is terrible. It's awful. It's like, I remember in Violet, there was instead of a Team Rocket type faction, there was a group of students, because everything was based around this school, there was a group of students who had been bullied, and now they had gone out and started attacking people in Pokemon because they had been bullied. And so now you have to go and beat the shit out of them because they were bullied instead of having just a conversation about how to deal with our emotions.
Yeah.
And it's just like, guys, this sucks. I'm not going to lie to you. For every moment, like the twist ending of Violet and Scarlet, which is a legitimately great moment, you have all kinds of just shenaniganery around the plot, the quote-unquote plot of this piece, as well as just the quote-unquote characters in this piece. Or my personal favorite, the fact that in Arceus, they really figured out how to make it so you could customize your character. And then in Violet, they came back and they were like, you know what everybody loves? School uniforms. We have alternate versions on the school uniform, but everything has to be purple. Or red, depending on which game you play. Dude, that fucking sucks!
That's so dumb. So dumb.
What are we doing? And this just seems like more of that in ZDA of just why did you put up these weird guardrails everywhere that make it so that nobody can enjoy the game? I don't understand. There should be so much more here, and instead there's this manufactured border that is keeping me from actually enjoying any of this.
Yeah. And they had... I don't also understand why they have this desire that they need to pump them out quick. It's like, if you took another year... Mm-hmm. and really worked at it, I guarantee a lot of the issues you had with making the windows all look different and having reflections and maybe having the people walking, leave voice acting out, I don't care. Have the NPCs actually moving about where you can interact with them and whatnot. You can't tell me that can't work.
Have more than one zone.
More than one zone, exactly.
At least have something where you can take a train to another town. Give me something. Give me anything. Give me two towns like Minneapolis that are connected by a giant lake. Give me anything.
Well, have a big enough city where you can have a Central Park area, which is this gigantic field.
Oh, but we have a graveyard, Steve.
So
now you can go and hunt ghost Pokemon in the graveyard. No, this is not good enough. This is not good enough. I can't give a grade on this because I haven't played it yet. But everything I've seen and everything I've read, I'm like, this is not good enough.
I give an F on the Pokemon Company, not the game.
Yeah.
I give them a big fat fucking F.
Yeah.
And I also give them a fucking, you're cheap and you have more money than you know what to do with, so fucking put it into your goddamn games.
Do it. If you want our support, you should do it. And I get it that you're not beholden to do that because you have an army of 12-year-olds that will play this for the rest of their lives. But
by 12-year-olds to me 40.
12-year-olds at various ages of actuality.
That is true.
But you know what would be cool is if you just played in the honor system of, we know people are going to buy this. We know people are going to have emotions about this. Why don't we actually make a good fucking game?
Yeah.
Let's put in all of the extra energy that we haven't been putting in for the last 20 years and make a good fucking game.
Yep.
And nothing about this makes me think like, oh yeah, this is going to be good. It's just, okay.
And I think the problem they're running into, unlike our generation, my son's generation, they don't give a shit really about the cards as much, and they don't give a shit about the cartoon or it's only the game. And that's going to be the generation that's going to be like, this fucking sucks.
Yeah.
And they're not going to play it anymore. Where the older generation, because there is such a nostalgia with all the facets of the Pokemon Company, they'll always play the game. You're going to need to start making it better, or that new generation coming up is not going to fucking... Pokemon will fucking go down eventually unless you up the quality.
Yeah. Well, and like, I was just talking to Steve, who, plays the game. One of the things that we were discussing is just like, there's things that you can do that are way more interesting than it all takes place in one city. It's like Paris. It's all one big city. Okay, here's an idea. I'm just going to throw this out there. So the last game took place in the past, right? And then Violet took place with future Pokemon that came back to the past. Here's a crazy concept. What if Z to A took place in the far future and all the Pokemon are futurized, mechanized versions?
I thought the same fucking
of
thing.
the Pokemon that you know, and then you start finding older Pokemon leaking from the past, and no one knows what they are because they haven't seen flesh and blood Pokemon in generations. And it's just, there's stuff you can do that is way more interesting. If you put it in the future, you can do anything. You can still have it be one giant town in the future, and now you can have that town be anything. You can just have a floating fucking ocean over the entire town. It has its own meteorological systems. Like, you can do so many things, and you're doing none of them.
I mean, you could even do, like, a new planet.
Yes.
Have alien Pokemon.
Yes.
How fucking awesome
you
would
could
that
do
be?
so many things, and don't tell me that it took you 5 years to design those future and past Pokemon.
Oh, there's no fucking
It
way.
took you 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay? It took you 2
less
weeks.
time to come up with the names, too. Most of the names are fucking
The
dumb
names
as hell.
are garbage.
They're dog shit.
The names are all garbage.
Yeah.
And so it's just like, I like these concepts. Be better. Mm-hmm. Be better. Allow yourself to be creative and envisioning of a new idea that if you did something like that, then... Okay, so now it takes place in the future. Having these, turn-for-turn battles is no longer a thing in the future. Yeah. Now we only have active battles because that's how the future is. The excuses to allow yourself to change things would be unlimited.
Yeah.
And instead you're doing none of those things.
I'm glad we brought up the naming. I really think the guy that named the villains in the Mega Man franchise is the guy that names the Pokemon.
Iron Spike.
Iron Blade Man.
Yeah.
Cut Man.
Yeah.
Hair Man. It's like, name Pokemon now. Okay.
Fucking, what was it? It was like Iron Tusks or something. Like, this is garbage, man. Garbage. This fucking sucks, dude.
Okay, so we got to move on. We bashed it. Hopefully the game turns out well. I know you want to talk about Ghosts of Yotei.
Yes, I do want to talk about Ghosts of Yotei.
We need to get Kelly. Oh, she's in the middle of...
She's actually playing it right now.
Slice some throats.
So, Ghosts of Yotei.
Yes.
I'll give my thoughts on it really quick, and then Kelly can do her thing. Because we've had slightly different experiences, just in terms of, like, my patience level with the game versus her patience level with the game.
Okay.
Which is to say that the game is an extremely good game. I want to start by saying... it's
Game of the year. Let's go.
It's an extremely good game. Undeniably a very, very good game. Beautiful. Incredible to watch. The story and the acting is great. The action is really fun.
Music and environments
are fun, but it does have some issues for me.
Okay.
The problems that I have are largely quality of life related.
Okay.
Collision is not great on some stuff. So there's a lot of puzzles where you're climbing up walls and you have to jump from branch to branch. The collision on those things is not always great. The game kind of doesn't help you out if you're a little off of your jump. And there's a lot of moments where you're like, game, you know where I'm going. Like, you don't have to make me replay this whole thing all over again because the collision on this one branch was off. And so instead of jumping to the branch, my character jumped and just jumped over the branch or jumped under the branch or jumped into the wall next to the branch. It's like, can you just give me a little bit? Because my second problem is that some of the respawn points are absolutely killer. There was one particular mission that gave me a lot of trouble, which I will admit was probably largely user error, but it gave me a lot of trouble in part because every time I would have one of those collision issues, it would start me before I even started the mission. So it would like backtrack me to this checkpoint previous to where I had been. And usually that's not a problem, except that this mission in particular was revolving around following fireflies to find a hidden cave.
Yes.
To climb up a mountain to find an item. Which, great. I love this in concept. This is a great concept. But the execution on this is terrible because the fireflies will lead you up the mountain and then just kind of, there's fireflies everywhere, so there's not really a distinct sense of like where they're supposed to take you.
It's hard to tell which swarm is the one you're supposed to follow and which one is just the environment.
The environment around you, and then you end up in this situation, for me anyway, where it kept on taking you up the mountain. What it wanted us to do was go up the mountain and then arc back down the mountain and then jump down and then climb up, and then there's a little tiny cave.
Okay.
And I'm just like, you know what would help with that is just having a lot of fireflies coming out of the entrance to this little cave that is so small you have to get on your hands and knees and crawl through. So it's not like something that you're just going to spot. So if these fireflies are supposed to help me find it, have a ton of fireflies coming out of this cave so I can be like, that's where I'm supposed to go. Okay. Some of the mechanics are a little tricky because, you know, games only have one action button. Mm-hmm. But in this case, some of the puzzles involve like, let me take my grappling hook and hit this thing and pull down this branch, and then I'm going to jump on this branch because nothing is more stable than a branch that has been pulled out of a wall. So I'm going to jump on this branch, and then I'm going to jump from that branch onto the next thing. The problem is that there's also a mechanic that is way more widely used, which is jump and grapple hook a branch and then use that to swing over a passage instead of pulling it down. And so on this particular mission, they wanted me to grab a branch and pull it down and then jump to the branch. I didn't understand that, so I kept jumping off the cliff, trying to grapple it, and then it would respawn me outside the cave. And I would have to go back and find the cave again, so I could climb all the way back up to the same point, so I could jump and not have the grappling hook work and start all over again. And I did this for about 40 minutes, and it made me very angry.
Well, that's when you stop and think, maybe there's a different way to solve this.
Well, we got there eventually. That's why I said it took me 40 minutes and not an hour. But the other thing is that parrying is a key function of the game. And the parry windows are...
It's real tight.
It's so tight as to be practically non-existent in some fights. And you're just left being like, God, I really thought I hit that parry like dead on, but it didn't work. And I'm just left being like, I don't know why the fuck that didn't work. That's kind of weird that didn't work. I guess I'm just going to die then. The parry was supposed to save me in this fight, and now I guess I'll just die instead. And so just like, it wouldn't be a problem except that it happens to me a lot, and there's no functionality to help. Mm-hmm. You know, so it's like, I appreciate a game that doesn't do anything to help you with situations like that, right? I also like that in this game, you can, in some things, turn on assist functions to help you with that. So there's a gambling system in the game where you flick coins across a table. You have to flick a coin and only hit one other coin when you do this. So, you know, obviously it's all about, you know, detail and how hard you're flicking the coin. There's no gauges usually when you play the game. So it's very hard to tell, like, am I hitting this too hard? Am I not hitting this too hard? Where's this going to go? But you can turn on a gauge to allow you to see where things are going to land and all these other things. And you're like, okay, cool. Can I have that for some of these other functionalities? Can I have a parry meter that shows me where to actually hit the parry button because you just have a blue glow, and then you'll have a character kind of do all these fake out moves while the blue glow is going, and you're supposed to wait until just before they hit you to press the button, and it's unblockable otherwise. And it's just like, I just need I need just a little bit more. There's, in the functionalities of it and the accessibilities of it, there's a helper basically for the parrying system. And I was like, oh cool, great, I'll put that on. It just makes the parry shine brighter. And it's like, so that doesn't do anything. It doesn't help me when it comes to actually knowing when I have to hit the button. And if it wasn't so consistent, like I did a fight last night after you went to bed where like I was just getting my ass handed to me, and I was like, okay, listen, I'm not going to get upset about this. I'm just going to spend fights dying and learning when to parry this guy's moves. I could not get a beat on when to parry this guy's moves. I spent maybe 20 minutes trying to do it. I finally just brute forced it after a while and used special moves until I was done. So like, just in terms of functionality, I would say for me, there have been enough issues on a consistent level that it has been very frustrating at times. Does that take away from the rest of the game? I wouldn't say so. It does get a little repetitive at times. My favorite is that throughout the game you get charms, and the charms allow you to have new and special abilities. Great, cool. Some of the charms you find by following foxes, which is also great because you get to pet the foxes, and that's awesome. The way you find out where the foxes are is either by finding them on the map, just generally by running around, or you can talk to settlers and see where they've seen foxes. Now, this is not to say that the settlers will tell you anything. It's just to say that they'll give you the speakeasy code of, have you ever seen foxes play with fireflies in the moonlight? And, oh, I hear they like red flowers. Here's a map. But like when you hear that 16, 17, 18 times, you're like, what's happening right now? Why are we acting like this isn't a conversation we've had 9 times with 10 different people? This is just weird to me. I feel like you need...
Bill Murray felt in Groundhog.
Exactly. I just feel like you needed a little bit of extra dialogue for some of these interactions just to keep it spicy, just to keep it more interesting. But like those are the grounds of my complaints. When it comes to the actual game itself, I really like the game. I really like the mechanics. I really like the style of it. I wish that, again, I don't know if this is just a me thing. It gets kind of eye of the tiger about which arrows I'm using. You get a bow and arrow set. You get 2 bow and arrow sets. And so you get a bunch of different kinds of arrows, flame arrows, poison arrows, concussive arrows, all these other things. And I would like to keep it on just regular arrows because you have the most of those, whereas the other ones you run out. And it doesn't automatically switch over to another arrow once you've run out. You have to choose which arrow you want to fire. Except that it keeps on autoing to the most powerful arrows I have.
Oh, really?
And so it's like, okay, but I only have 6 of those. So I'd really like not to fire them immediately at the beginning of the fight without knowing that I'm autoed to them. Because I have literally never selected them, but every time I pull out my bow, it is not on the higher stock.
I don't know if I've ever played a game that will auto to the...
I have never either, but I can't figure out why it's doing it. All I know is that I literally have never chosen not to use my regular arrows in a fight, but there have been multiple fights where I go and I'm like, I'm out of arrows? That's weird. I haven't been in this fight that long. And then I look and it's like, no, you're not out of arrows. You're out of poison arrows. Well, why was I using poison arrows? Anyway, I will hand this over to Kelly, who's giving me dagger eyes right now.
Yeah. Love you. I've heard you complain about this game all week, which has made my playthrough all the more interesting.
Because you don't have any of these problems.
Because I don't have any of these problems.
But they have been consistent for me all week.
Yeah. Not sure why. I'm sorry.
That's what's great about video games.
Well, that's why I say part of it has to be user error. But also part of it is just the game being weird sometimes, right? Like, there are definitely user error moments. There's a series of puzzles that you have to do where you get a cipher, and in order to solve certain puzzles, you have to look at the cipher and know what to do. There were a lot of issues where I would light myself on fire because I was like, what the fuck? I'm trying to light this lantern and suddenly I'm on fire? Why? And it's because I have to look closer, and there's a little sign that says, don't light this lantern, it'll kill you. And so, like, okay, yeah, that's on me, right? That's absolutely 110% on me.
Yeah, that's happened to you a few times. And, like, we were talking earlier, you had this weird glitch with the coin
gambling
gain where he would flick it and the coin would go in, like, a weird direction. And it ended up being that before you go into that building, there's somebody that's like, oh, like, come talk to me for a second.
No, you have to lose a game. And then after you lose the game, you go in and someone's like, hey, come talk to me. This guy cheats.
Yeah.
But that didn't happen for Kelly. Kelly was able just to beat him on skill alone.
She's just better at video games.
And so, like, I'm just like, I don't understand.
Yeah.
There doesn't feel like a lot of consistency on some of these elements.
There's another mission where the bears in this game, by the way, are super aggro. They will come at you the moment they see you, and they will tear you to pieces.
They will full Leo DiCaprio you and grab you by the ankle and swing you around and throw you 50 feet.
But there was a mission where you have to avoid a very large bear for reasons.
I did good on that mission.
You did do good on this mission. But I love the character you play as literally says, oh, weapons won't do anything. And then Alfred immediately tries to shoot it with an arrow.
That was for
it's
fun.
Like, the game is... But my point is... I feel
that
like,
was for fun and for shits and gigs.
I know. My point is, I think there's a lot of moments in this game where the game does tell you, like, hey, pay attention to this, and you're like, no, I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing and trying to ram myself through it.
See, I'll say that for some of it.
And
I'll say
make
that's
problems for myself.
I'll say that for about 50% of it, right? It's like the bills and their calls. I'll give you like 50% of these calls, right? I'll be super generous. I'll give you 60% of these calls. But there are definitely moments like the arrows and like the action buttons and like the collision.
See, I think the bear thing is a dumb guy thing, because I would shoot the fucker too, knowing that.
Right?
And it's just because I just want to see what fucking happens.
I just want to do it. I got a big bow.
As soon as she said that, I'm like, oh, I would fucking do that.
Yeah, right? Like, I got a big bow and a ghost that's telling me don't shoot this bear. I'm 100% going to shoot this bear.
Don't push that button that says fire.
You find before you, like, have that line of, oh, weapons don't do anything against it, you find a guy who is trying to shoot said bear.
With a gun.
And
he's like, weapons won't work.
Weapons won't work.
He's got a gun.
And so I'm just like, oh, fuck it. I got a big bow. I got some good arrows. I'm going to fucking shoot this bear right in the head. I knew it wasn't going to work. That's why I didn't get upset when it didn't work.
I know. My point is, I think there are a few moments in this game where it gives you a hint like this, and it just goes all the way over your head.
See, I think that's true with the coin game thing, with the gambling. I think that was a situation where I was so stuck in my headlong progress because this is the tricky thing with the coin game. It seems so simple. It seems so simple. It's like having someone challenge you to tic-tac-toe. And so you're sitting there like, this is a game of skill. I can just play this game with my meters on and I'll win. Because I've been doing that all over fucking Ezzo, and people have thrown me out of gambling halls, not literally, for being an asshole, for just, like, seemingly rigging the game. And so, in that situation, because I watched you do that mission, and I also don't remember you having an issue where the coins became weighted.
I won against the guy who was cheating immediately.
Yeah, and so I was just like, what the fuck is going on? And I've had weird things happen with this game. Maybe this is like a weird glitchy thing, because like I've had issues where you'll be riding around, and there will be locals that will sell you stuff. And so you'll just run into them on the road. And I went up to one and I started talking to him, and he didn't break stride. So he just turned around and he's still walking away from me while I'm in this dialogue menu. And I'm just like, okay, bye. I guess you're gone. I'll see you later. So to my defense, it was not the first time a glitchy, weird thing had happened for me in this game.
Yeah.
And so in my defense, I was like, I just need to be better than the glitches. I need to play better than the ref's ref, which is also a fallacy, it turns out, and we're going to get to that soon. But no, I agree. I fully agree. A lot of the problems I've had with this game are self-inflicted. I'll agree with that. But I'm not going to take credit for all of the problems I've had with this game.
I've had problems with the climbing.
I heard you complaining about
that's part of the challenge.
The parrying mechanic. Well, I think it's part of the fun when there's a chance to do it. When it doesn't feel like there's a genuine chance to do it, then it becomes less fun, because like that's my problem with the pairing mechanic, is that in concept, yes, I can fully do this. In execution, I don't know what I'm doing wrong that is preventing me from doing it, and I've played this game for like 40 hours.
Yeah.
If there was something that is just like, oh, I just need to change this behavior or do this differently, I feel like I would have hit that by now. Case in point, the 40 minutes I spent on the stupid fireflies, where it's like, oh, I have to pull down the branch instead of jumping to it? Okay, so that's why. Again, I wish you would have like 2 buttons, maybe have both shoulder buttons that you have to use to do that, like you do for pulling out doors and stuff at various points in the game. But like, again, differing minds differ on things. I will take credit that a lot of my issues have been self-inflicted. I definitely did not switch my arrows. My arrows being on the wrong arrow type, that is not on me. I would save my armor piercing arrows for the guys wearing armor, not shoot the various archers that have no helmets. You know, like that's my thing. It's like if you have these things, I would save them for the instances in which I would use them. Except that for some reason I used them before I even got to the mission, because I was trying to scope guys out and snipe them, and I was accidentally using my really good arrows to do that.
That's the thing with these AAA games, is they look gorgeous and they play great, but there is always going to be those little...
There's little wrinkles.
It's like playing Skyrim.
Yeah.
Skyrim was great, but then there are times you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
But it's just when you have a game that big.
Yeah, it's like it's like how I won't blame the game for the way that you go from mission to mission is by following the wind. You select where you want to go, and the wind will blow in the direction that you're supposed to go. Cool, great, fine. The wind doesn't always take you to the path that will take you to the place you need to go. It'll just blow in the direction that you need to go. And so you have that Skyrim moment of like, oh, I guess I have to go over this mountain. So, but unlike Skyrim where you can just jump a lot and get over a mountain, you have to go around and find the way to get up, and that's not always clear. And then the wind will just kind of be like, you're close enough. You can figure it out from here. It's like, I don't know. I'm glad you have so much confidence in me, wind. I don't. And I would really like a little bit more help in finding the spot I'm going to go to. Also, a compass would be great. There's no compasses in the game. There is a compass. You have to open up a spyglass and look through it, and then it shows at the bottom what direction you're pointed in. But you know what I really like? A compass that just tells me which way is north. That's like super useful. If I know I just need to go north, I don't want to always have to set up a waypoint to direct me where I'm going. I want to just be able to go and know which direction I'm going in.
It is very interesting. This game does not have like a mini map on the UI.
No, there's no way to navigate on
which I think is a really interesting choice.
Yeah, I find it very frustrating. If I'm being honest, I find it deeply frustrating because it really is like you have to know where you're going. If you don't know where you're going, you will get kind of Zelda lost in that way of like, oh, I was going to go to this place in Zelda, but then I got distracted and I went over here and I followed a butterfly and now I'm here. That kind of has the same thing if you don't have a waypoint set up in Yotei. You are just going to kind of wander around. And it's going to be very hard to necessarily know exactly where you're going. And just like, I don't know, just basic quality of life things that I think could be better and they would enhance the game as a result of that. The fact that camp, you set up camp to do things in the game. Obviously, you cook and other stuff. You make arrows. The only way to set up camp is to call your horse and mount your horse. And then you can set up camp. And I'm like, I feel like you could just have a camp button. Like you have a button for going into photo mode that you can turn on and off. When you turn off photo mode, that button doesn't become available to be assigned to something else. The right directional arrow does nothing now because I turned off photo mode. Can that be a button that I just press to camp? Do I have to call my horse every time I camp and then get on the horse before I can start camping? It's like, it's not a big deal, but it's annoying after a while. After a while, you're like, can I just do the thing instead of walking through these 5 steps to do the thing? Can I just do the thing instead? And it's like, no, you have to do the 5 steps. Okay, fine. Kelly loved it a lot more. She had less complaints than I did. I'm not saying I dislike it. I still think it's an A game, but Kelly is like at A+++.
Yeah, we got to talk about how wonderful the story is.
Yeah.
There's a lot of... Even like the musical choices, this
I
very
heard the music's amazing.
Yeah, this is like, you know, a samurai movie as a game.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful.
1000%.
It's incredible.
It's incredibly beautiful. The cutscenes are really gorgeous. There are like modes in the settings where you can have it be like Kurosawa mode and have it be like black and white.
I heard about that.
Oh, it's so great.
Yeah. Your blood levels, how much gore there is.
You know a game's good when there is a decapitation toggle.
Oh, that's awesome. That is kind of awesome. I'm
yeah.
not gonna lie.
And all 3 of us in this house right now are really enjoying, there's a mode you can turn on where all the music while you're like running around is like lo-fi music. It's like very chill. It makes the world feel very like, I'm cozy and just running around having a good time.
I honestly can't imagine playing it without lo-fi mode because lo-fi mode accounts for one of my issues with Breath of the Wild, which is that I love just small touches of music and ambience. I really like world music. I really, really like it. It's really important to me to have really good world music. And so the fact that lo-fi mode gives you that.
Yeah. There's not as much variety with the lo-fi mode.
No.
But, like, it's so beautiful you don't care.
No.
Gotcha.
I mean, it's lo-fi music. You're not sitting there critically analyzing the various beats and bops.
Well, some of us.
Some of you are, yeah. But I agree. I haven't played all of story mode, but all of story mode that I've played so far is incredible.
Yeah.
It's all really well done. The acting is really, really good across the board. There's no characters that I find deeply frustrating to be around. You know, like that's such a ubiquity in games these days of just like, oh, this person, I don't want to deal with this person. Don't
Yeah,
like
the villains all have very interesting like motives for what they're doing, and it's very well written and deep, and delightful.
It has that element of the villain is a more modernized person than the allies that you have.
Okay.
So the villain has women and other people in
his army.
And the guys that you're allied with don't. And so you have to go and kill
Yeah.
female samurai.
The bad guys use guns, and the ally clan is like, no, like that's not honorable. And it's like, you guys are gonna die because you're not getting with the times. They don't care.
Yeah.
If you don't use guns, they will use their guns on you.
I'm not sure if
they don't care about honor.
I'm not sure if I brought this up before, but I do love that honor is an element within the game, kind of, in that
at least in the tutorial levels for some of the weapons.
Yes, but like so it's a game where you get 4 weapons,
5 weapons,
and
because you haven't gotten the guns yet.
Well, I'm talking just in terms of the melee weapons.
Oh yeah.
So you get 4 weapons, 4 melee weapons, and a katana to begin the game. And they really, really, every time you go to one of the masters to learn one of the new weapons, they have a part where they, almost step outside the game and say, okay, what weapon do you use against a katana? And you have to take out your katana. And it's like, okay, what weapon do you use against this type of enemy? And you take out the corresponding weapon. And they're like, okay, now make sure you only do that. And I'm like, cool, you gave me dual katanas, I'm going to use dual katanas. And so a lot of the samurai will make fun of me for using 2 swords.
Nice.
And I'm like, I don't fucking care. And I don't care about honor, because I'm going to assassinate you anyway, motherfucker. There's no honor in assassination, and that's coming for you too.
Damn samurai. Never saw Ninja Turtles.
And this is the difference between Western and Eastern culture.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
I will. You gave me a spear and a giant sword and a chain sickle and a fucking 2 katana dual wielding. Yes, I will be. I'm not going to just use the katana. What kind of fool do you think I am?
Eastern culture's honor, Western culture's assholes. That's how pretty much it rolls out.
I will take this and bastardize it for my own.
Can we talk about some of the great costume options in this game
I want you to talk more in general. So you talk about all the things you like.
There's a nice, decent handful. Not like a ton of different, like not as many as Link gets.
Okay.
As many outfits. But all of them have really lovely recolors. Alfred delightfully showed me that you can, after you upgrade armor, it'll usually look a little more like buffed out.
Oh, okay.
But you can toggle and have the appearance of it be the lower version, so you look cool.
You look cooler.
I appreciate.
Yeah, some of the last phase armor.
A lot of them have like fur capes.
Yeah, they're very audacious. And like for some of it makes sense. There's a level where you play on the mountain, and so there's like hip deep snow. So like, yeah, having fur in your armor makes sense. But like, I also don't want to have that shit all the time.
Sometimes I just want to wear my cool shirt and my cool pants and just get on with my life.
I want to look like a traveler, not like I just came off a battlefield.
Yeah. But you get some beautiful sets of armor, and some of the recolors for them are just absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I love it.
Oh my gosh. I just completed the end of like the main story earlier today. So now I'm literally running around finding all of the different clothing pieces. So you also have masks, and hats. And hoo boy, are there so many masks and hats.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and you do get different, recolors for the sword that you can pick.
Are they like this game's version of the Korok seeds, where there's just so many and you gotta go around?
To a degree, because like...
A little bit! But they're not as annoying to find.
Okay.
I would say like the swords are... Because you'll have to go to these little mourning spots where it's like these fallen samurai, and you can take their sword kit.
Yeah.
And so you have to find. There's definitely an element of I have to go and find
some of them you
stuff.
just climb a rock and it's there. Some of them you have to do
a mission and you
do
get
a little thing.
My favorite is collecting bounties is really, really fun in this game. It's really, really fun. There's a lot of really interesting like little 2-page story bounties that are really fascinating and really well done. And a lot of them, you get either their armor or their mask or their helmet or their sword kit. And it's like, that's cool.
Yeah.
To the point where I fought a guy and it was a giant pain in the ass mission. And I came out of it and I was like, and I didn't get anything. I got gold and I guess supplies. but I didn't get like anything cool. Dude, let me look this up online. There's nothing.
And a lot of the like side characters that you meet, like some of them show up later, and that's really fun. It's like, oh yeah, you abandoned me a while ago. What the fuck, man?
Yeah. Well, my favorite is that when you do camp, every once in a while, someone will just invite themselves into your camp.
Oh, really?
And they'll
So
have...
sometimes it's like just a random person. Sometimes it's like one of the vendors. So that's really nice.
So like I've had
nice
vendors.
little interactions.
I've had vendors come up and they'll be like, "Let me work on your armor," and that's great. So I don't have to go back to town. Or you have the bowyer come in and she's like, "Here, let me work on your bow. Also, I have this mission for you if you can do this for me."
Yeah. There's one guy who's like, "Ooh, I have this cursed mask." And that becomes a whole little side mission.
He just barges into your camp and he's like, "Do you want this cursed mask?" I mean, not cursed. It's just a mask. And
curses aren't real.
The character's like, "Oh, why would I take this?" And he's like, "It's not cursed. You should take it. It looks cool."
And then, like, if you're like going to sleep or something, you're like, "All right, like, have a good night." And Atsu is like, "So why'd you sell me this?" And he's like, "Oh, well, I like stole it from some other guys, and I've only had problems since getting it." And she's like, "Cool, so you did give me a cursed mask."
So this not cursed mask is definitely cursed? Yeah. Yeah.
No takesy backsies.
Cheers now!
But I'm so glad I was able to avoid spoilers for most of the story stuff.
I've been trying really hard, which is
I'm sorry.
tricky. Yeah. Well, my favorite moment will just be I went upstairs and like about 2 minutes after I went upstairs, Kelly screamed
like
across
the
the house.
first or second day I had this game.
Yeah.
And I make a discovery and scream.
And so I come back downstairs and I'm like, "Is everything okay?" And she's like, "Do you want spoilers?" I was like, "No." And she's like, "Then you should go." I was like, "Okay, I'll go back upstairs."
Leave now.
As long as you're fine and no one's dying. Because that was the kind of scream of
people
someone's
probably
dying. Well, someone was dying.
There's a lot of death in this game.
No, I really like all the characters. I think that's a big thing for me, is that there's no character where you're like, "Ugh, this guy again." Even characters that could fall into that. There's a little kid that follows you around on all the battlefields and will raid all of the bodies and sell you back all the stuff that he gets.
Really?
Very, very opportunistic.
Very opportunistic.
What a little entrepreneur.
And he's like
Taro.
13. And so it's just like, I love coming up with little stories around who Taro is and what all this is. My personal favorite that we've come up with is that Taro tells everybody that his parents are dead, but they're not. And he just goes home at night and pretends to be a normal kid when he gets home to his parents. "How did you do today?" "I did good. I found this money here and I hope it helps with the family."
That'd be so hilarious.
Meanwhile, he's throwing crows away from dead bodies, being like, "No, that's my helmet."
Oh my god.
So there's not a lot of variety as far as like different. There aren't different endings that you can get.
Okay.
But there are different like dialogue options. So my since I just completed this game, once I finish getting all the clothing items, I'm gonna start a new game and I'm gonna do all of the like darker, maybe meaner dialogue options where it's like, "I don't give a fuck, I'm gonna kill everybody."
I don't care.
And it's like, yeah.
Everybody gonna die.
So I'm looking forward to seeing some of the
That'd be
other
fun.
little
Yeah,
interactions.
Yeah.
More malevolent Atsu.
I think it's a really good game. I think it's a really great game. I don't think it's just a good game. I think it's a great game.
And I really appreciate it. You can tell Sony is really pouring money into the marketing for this to get Game of the Year.
They haven't put anything else out since Miles Morales was the last like big game they put out.
Yeah.
So when you only have one game a year, better pump a lot of shit into it to get it to sell.
Some of the other little details I want to just give a little shout out to is there's a lot of fun references to some of the other games the studio has made. Okay. So there's like you find like a painting on a rock that's the final boss fight in Infamous. Mm-hmm. But nice. So like he's a samurai and it's like stylized, which is very cool. That's
awesome. I found Sly Cooper behind a rock at one point.
Yep.
And yeah.
And there's a very nice like side quest that involves the guy from Ghosts of Tsushima from about 5 years ago. So this game takes place 300 years after Tsushima.
Got you.
But they do have a nice little like, this is how things ended up for him, and it was very lovely.
A little epilogue for
his epilogue for Jin.
Oh, that's nice.
It was really nice.
Yeah. You got a final score?
I mean, A++, as you already said for me.
I want you to say it in
great.
your words.
Thank you.
It's important.
Yeah. The other thing, and I think we have to talk about this.
The Erika Ishii of it all?
Well, I was going to say the wonderful misogynism that has come from this game's release.
Yeah, this is worth
Of
touching on.
all the dude bros who are like, no, we don't want to play this because it's a girl. There is almost nothing in Atsu easily could have been a male character. There is nothing in her character that is inherently like masculine or feminine or anything.
Most of those D-bags that are saying, why is it a girl, probably wear girl skins playing like Fortnite.
Yeah.
It's like
totally.
the number one skin. It's like female skins.
Yeah.
I guarantee it's these guys wearing female skins, but when they have to play as a female character...
It's definitely, you doth protest too much.
It's so fucking
And they can't complain because you do get to see Atsu's butt when she's going into hot springs.
And it's important to note, it's Atsu's butt and
Not
not the
Erica's
actress's butt. The actress's girlfriend came out and said, that's not my girlfriend's butt. And so now we can all say...
That'd be a depth of motion capture I don't think exists quite yet, so...
No, I agree. I think that it's like, anybody who's like, oh, no female samurai. I'm like, first off, there were female samurai. Second off, because this game is 100% historically accurate to the T, right? Absolutely, 100% of everybody in this game definitely lived and did the things that they did in this game, right? Yes, definitely. No, obviously.
But there's a lot of historical elements.
There's definitely historical elements. I'm just saying,
one of the castles that you find is accurate to an actual castle that exists. The map for the island of Hokkaido, which is referred to as Ezo during this time period, is very close to how it is. Like all the rivers and stuff.
Yeah, like the physical elements of the game are accurate. I would just say, and the cultural elements of the game I think are for the most part accurate.
Yeah.
But I would stop short of saying that it is a 100% accurate representation of things. So these people saying that they can't play because of female samurais, I'm like, well, here's a great thing for you. It's not 100% factually accurate. So you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
Anyway, go on.
I was also going to mention there's also really nice representation of the indigenous peoples of northern Japan.
Okay.
The Ainu.
Ainus play a big role in the game.
Yeah, so you find their stuff around and it's like a collectible thing, but there's also there's a whole section of the map that's just where these people kind of congregate at the moment. And there's some really nice side missions where you get to learn about that culture.
Oh, that's cool.
And
it's a really fascinating
I was
culture.
doing some deep dives into their research and stuff, and the care and love that they approached it with, even just so far as one of the things that kind of confused us was the Ainu characters, their names in the subtitles, there's no capitalization at the start. And I was watching a thing from the director where they did that purposefully with guidance from Ainu people, that the names that the Ainu give out, to be called by, are usually not their actual names. That's a sacred thing that only themselves really know. So that was a way for them to kind of show this isn't their actual name, but this is how you refer to them.
I will say, that just made me think of the bear that you find and bring back to the Ainu village, which is very sweet until they tell you what's going to happen to the bear.
Yeah.
And then you're like, this game is rough at times.
Yeah.
There are some missions that are just absolute gut punches.
Yeah, totally. And that one's one of them. Again, historically accurate.
Historically accurate.
Of, the rituals that those people have. But yeah, there's so much in this that's there's
the woman with the burning building.
Yeah, you find a woman who's in a burning building and her brother is dead, and Atsu's like, come on, we gotta go, and she's like, I have nothing else besides my brother, I'm just gonna stay here with him.
Oh jeez.
Yeah.
And there's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
You just have to walk out.
There's a few moments like that, and it's oh boy.
Yeah. It's definitely hard at times.
That's rough.
Yeah. There's a really nice, without giving away any plot things, there's a really nice redemption arc for one of the major characters, and that's very fun. Getting to pick your horse is a nice little fun side mission. You start out with a horse, and then you can either pick to keep them or pick another color.
And let them retire from the trauma that they've experienced in the beginning of the game.
Yeah. And also, we should also mention the opening of this game, from when you hit new game up to the title card, such a baller way to open a game.
Yeah.
Which is that you find one of the people that you're hunting down, and they're just drunk in a small village. You just go and wreck shit up.
The end of the tutorial is fighting one of the guys that you've sent yourself to kill.
That's awesome.
You want to talk about a tutorial that didn't take 2 hours,
Yeah.
taught you the game,
Yeah.
made you feel comfortable in the world, and had a huge story payoff at the end.
Yeah.
Like,
There you go.
Pokemon, take note.
And the cinematics for that whole... Oh, it's just so good.
Yeah, it's really good.
Maybe I'll also just keep Kurosawa
mode on.
toggled
That's the
on
other thing
for
is
my
that
next
Kurosawa mode
playthrough.
makes the game harder because there are color indicators to tell
Yeah.
you what you need to do, and those colors don't transition over. You just get the flash. You don't know what's coming.
Yeah.
So dodging, I think, becomes even more important in Kurosawa mode
Yeah.
because the main function of the color ups is either whether it's a unblockable move or a parryable move. And so you don't know if
Those
it's
are
one or
important.
the other.
Oh, and there's also yellow, which
is disarming.
disarms.
Yes, and disarming sucks. If you get disarmed, you've practically lost the fight. You have to, at least in my experience, you have to think fast in order to
Well,
get
you just
out of
have
those
to equip another
situations.
weapon.
See, I always go back and I'm like, I gotta get my sword back. I can't.
Yeah, that's why you have other weapons.
Yeah,
So you
but
can
I
do
gotta
that-
get my sword back.
You can do that until you get your sword.
Yeah,
back.
but I gotta get my sword
your
back.
poison arrows.
That's my most important thing that I need to do. And do you see why I've had trouble with this game on occasion?
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Oh my god! But petting the animals, you can pet deer, you can pet wolves, you can pet foxes.
Do you get to pet the wolf eventually? Nice.
Oh yeah,
You get a wolf partner. It's very cool.
yeah.
It's very dope.
You can also name wolf partner,
Yeah.
which is
you have
also
to
very
earn
fun.
the wolf partner's trust, which is great, but then they'll come up and fight alongside you, which is dope.
The wolf will just show up every once in a while. If you're like about to get killed, the wolf will show up and like save you.
Yeah,
at the
you
last
can
minute.
you
Oh,
can
that's
roll
awesome.
for wolf, and wolf will just give
Yeah.
you like a quick.
And it's totally random, but it's like, oh thank God!
yeah, I needed wolf today.
I
Thank
just
you.
needed like a little bit more time.
Where were you before? I would have loved to have had this not happen before.
Yeah, I also love. So you revive health with spirit. You get extra spirit by
Getting drunk.
by getting drunk by drinking sake. And when you drink like 2 bottles of sake in a row, like the whole world gets all like wobbly.
The color fades.
The music also gets all like weird.
Yeah,
and
so the
I
lo-fi
would
wobbly.
say
beats.
that is historically accurate, too.
yes.
I have tested that theory.
Yes.
Yeah. You can also restore spirit by collecting your own bounty posters, which rules.
So the
that's
higher your
awesome.
bounty, the more spirit you'll
yeah,
get back.
so I think
That's kinda
by the
awesome.
time you end the game, your bounty's up to like 7,500, which is an insane amount.
Yeah. So it's a great game. Highly recommend.
Nice.
Ugh, so beautiful.
Don't play like me. I guess slow down, which is a note I'm very tired of being given in my life. But once again, I guess the note is slow down.
Enjoy things.
Well, it's funny that you ever having a hard time picking out details when you are the most detail-oriented person when it comes to like writing and doing
It's
story
true.
and stuff.
It's true. But I also
Sometimes when you're just swinging for your life, it's hard to pay
Yeah.
attention.
well, like my thing is just like in my defense, who pulls a branch down to jump on top of it? In
That's-
what world?
Those always get me too. That I also
Al?
don't get.
The game is not historically accurate.
It's true. It's true. It's also not physics accurate.
It is a video game. Let's be honest.
Although I do love it is there are some really great body highs that you get off of certain moves. So like
Oh,
hitting a guy with an arrow as he's charging at you about to strike and striking him dead is the best feeling. At one point I was on top of a tower and people were climbing it and I was just legless at the top of the tower shooting them as they were getting to the top, and so they would climb up and then fall all the way down. I was like, this is a good body high, man. This is
Yeah.
good.
That's awesome.
so I've also been watching my cousin play some of this, and it's so fun to see like there's so many different ways you can play as well. Like you can like full stealth mode, or you can just go in and like wreck shit up. I've watched my cousin take out several like enemy camps just on stealth, like hiding in the
That's
bushes, like, you know, stealth assassinating people. Oh, it's so cool. Whereas I will maybe stealth kill a couple of guys and then it's like, nah, fuck it, just come at me.
Yeah, that's usually my tactic too. Is I'll sit there and I'll use my arrows to snipe people, and then after I run out of people to snipe, I'm like, all right. Or inevitably someone sees me because I'm not hiding. I'm not doing this sneakily. I'm just standing on a hill shooting people.
Yeah. And I know we mentioned some of the charms. Some of them have really dope
Power
like
sets.
power like abilities
Upgrades.
that they give you. There's one that I got that's a little more late game where if you do a certain type of attack, if there's another enemy nearby, they'll get struck by lightning when you do that one attack.
Nice. That's the thunder kick?
Something like that.
Yeah.
And then there's another one where like you automatically throw multiple knives instead of just one, or those knives will be like on fire.
That's
instantly.
my favorite, is that items will automatically be on fire. It's like, oh, nice. I like that.
Some of them are like really dope.
They're bombs.
Oh, the bombs are so fun.
I will say, a warning to animal lovers. There are elements of the game that are unavoidable when it comes to animal violence.
A little later in the gameplay, they have like hunting dogs that will go after you, and sometimes you cannot finish missions until you kill every enemy, which includes the dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Thankfully, they are one-hit kills, but it's also a terrible noise.
They also shriek dog shrieks when they die.
God, it's so bad.
And so, like,
the good news is the wolf can take care of them for you.
Can take care of the dogs.
So it's like, cool, I will let you do that.
You do that, and I'll take care of this over here. But I had
Pick
a bounty.
on someone your own size.
I had a bounty that couldn't be finished until I killed all the dogs, and I was like, I'll run away. I'll throw a smoke bomb and run away. The smoke bomb lit all the dogs on fire, and I was like, well, I guess I win.
You succeeded accidentally. That makes it not so bad, I think.
I didn't mean to. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So anyway, 10 out of 10 game. I'm about to go play more of it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Because that's how much I love it.
If you want to shout any thoughts about Crimson Peak from the other side of the room, feel free.
Love that movie.
If we get to it. We'll see.
Yeah.
That might be our Halloween Havoc finale at this
that might
point.
be.
Me signing off.
All right.
Bye,
Thank you,
friends and
Kelly.
enemies.
So we did want to talk really quick about a few trailers, too.
Oh, God.
And then I do still want to talk about the NFL briefly, and I mean briefly.
The Giants are trying to give away this game.
They are. They're working really hard to lose this.
We'll save that. We'll
get to that. We'll get to that. So I want to start with Frankenstein, because we brought it up last week.
Dude.
The new Del Toro
Looks fucking
Frankenstein
awesome.
looks incredible. It looks outrageously good.
But here's my frustration. So I re-looked at the dates.
Mm-hmm.
So it's out on the 17th. So it's out. Was it out now, right?
It says the 19th.
Yeah, so it's out. It came out
now.
Friday.
Yeah.
It doesn't go on Netflix until November 7th.
Oh, it's out in theaters now.
Out in theaters.
Gotcha.
So what pisses me off about that, it's like Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
Halloween is on a Friday. What do you think would happen to your viewership numbers if you had them do the release in theaters a week early and had it released on Halloween night?
Or Thursday night into Halloween.
Can you imagine that Friday, Saturday? Yeah, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
I don't understand that. That's crazy.
It makes no fucking sense.
I don't understand why studios don't have a tentpole Halloween movie that comes out in mid-October every year. It always comes out in mid to late September. And I'm like, why? All the It movies came out in September. Why?
But this one is lined up perfectly to be that movie and to launch right on fucking Halloween, and you're going to launch it a week after everyone is fucking ready for Christmas.
Yeah.
Halloween's done. Christmas time, baby.
Let's be real. Mariah Carey's going to break through the wall that we put up as soon as Halloween's over.
Fucking destroy the wall.
Those spells we cast to keep her out all end on the 1st of November. Okay,
you can't beat that song. So it's tough.
It's tough.
It's fucking tough.
I will never not love the meme of Aragorn and Gimli. How long do you need? And Theoden being like, as long as you can give us. And then it's just orcs and Mariah Carey trying to get in.
Yep. That's just fucking brilliant.
It's so good.
So true.
But Frankenstein looks incredible.
Dude, it looks so fucking good. And the early reviews are out, and they are glowing.
The fact that there are quotes from the book in the trailer is a huge step up from most Frankenstein garbage that gets toted around these days. And the dialogue that they chose is great, too. It's
so fucking good.
I'm really hyped for this. I hope it's good. I love Del Toro. I love Oscar Isaac. Nothing Mia Goth, but she has the right face for this.
Yes, she does.
So that's fine. I don't know the guy that's playing Frankenstein, but everything I've heard from him is good.
Yeah.
The look is great. I can't wait for some of these Napoleonic battlefields that we see. I
can't wait for this fucking movie.
This is going to be great. I'm really excited for this. And it definitely, this makes me want to see The Bride less, which I feel, sorry, Maggie Gyllenhaal. Yeah. I'm sorry. This is way cooler to me.
Oh, a fucking 1,000 times cooler.
Than yet another parable about.
They already made her movie.
Yeah.
And it won some Oscars.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
It's
I'm excited for this. I think that this is going to be great. And I don't have to look at Christian Bale's broken face throughout the entire thing. I can just enjoy it for what it is. and not this other thing.
Knowing that he walked around for the whole time they filmed the movie dressed just like that.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because he's so method.
Because he's super method, yeah.
Super method.
No, I to say nothing of like I feel like, I think we've said this before too, but I feel like everything we saw about The Bride is just Poor Things, but different.
My head is starting to hurt, Al. Do you know why?
Why?
We're getting closer to having to talk about Wonderman.
Yeah, we'll delay that for a half a second.
But it's like I'm feeling the frustration.
The pressure's
already.
building. It's the trash compactor. We're in the trash compactor, and I'm gonna grab this giant silver pole that looks like it belongs to a semi truck, and I'm gonna try and jerry rig it up in the middle. I'm gonna be like, let's talk about Johnny Cage. Let's talk about Johnny Cage, though.
And we have no R2 after Johnny Cage. That's
I know.
the problem. So the trash compactor fucking
C-3PO.
kills us.
Turn off all the power to the engine functions.
Okay, so yeah, the new trailer. I don't know if it's the final trailer. I doubt it's the final trailer. It comes out
guess
in May, so
since
I
it
bet
got
there'll
pushed,
be other trailers.
I would guess that there's going to be another
But
trailer
Mortal
to
Kombat
remind
2,
us. Yeah,
fuck, I can't wait for this movie.
it looks great. It looks
Dude.
great. I will say the after dubbing in the trailer is pretty bad.
Yeah.
I want to see the Red Band trailer that they cut, and then they tried to force the actual dubbing that they put into this
And
trailer.
it still kills me. They cut out the F word, but they still show dudes getting impaled and blood, and it's like, come on, dude.
Yeah. But like I am very excited for this. This looks
wait.
so much like the animated Mortal Kombat movies,
Yeah.
which are really good. And so this could be really good, guys. I really
think it's
hope
gonna
it's
be
going to be
great.
good. It looks really fun. I love Carl Urban. I love his attitude towards all of this.
And the thing we were going to talk about with Carl Urban, and the thing we appreciate about this movie, is they're taking the characters seriously.
Yes.
And they're showing them in the proper light.
He's a washed-up actor who somehow gets roped into saving the world.
Yes.
This is what Wonder Man should be and is not going to be. But I love the look of this. I find it funny that they put Cole in one sequence.
Yeah.
And they're like, don't worry about Cole. He's here, but don't worry about Cole.
And once again, after rewatching the first one, I really don't mind Cole.
Yeah. I like Cole's power
fine.
set. I just think he's a very bland character.
He is, but it's all right.
He's very, my family. And it's like, do you have any other, that's it. That's your one thing is my family, and we're not doing Liu Kang because my family. So like, I get why people are annoyed by him, but I also think that he has a good basis to build on.
Yeah.
And what's more important is that Scorpion's back, and that is also very cool.
Love it.
I
love it. I can't wait for this.
I'm very excited for this. This looks great.
I'm dying.
This looks fun.
Yes. Can't wait till fucking May though. It's so long.
I just love that Johnny is really doing the same thing he does in all the various versions of Mortal Kombat I've been exposed to, which is, this is a crazy film set. This is bonkers. I've never been on something like this. This is weird. And everybody else is like, this is life or death. And he's like, huh. This is really good effects. Yeah. Who do you guys use? I love that
shit to like monsters and all that. It's so
not caring at all the entire time.
And we talked about this prior to the show. They couldn't have done better than Carl Urban.
No.
I'm sorry.
No.
He is perfect.
When he's fighting Barack Obama.
Yeah.
He's just like, he's whittling down his own sticks.
Yeah.
It's like,
it's amazing.
This is going to be good. I think this is going to be really, really good.
I can't fucking wait till May.
What's not going to be good is Wonder Man. Let's rip this Band-Aid off. This might be the worst trailer I've ever seen.
This is officially Marvel saying,
we don't
say
care.
Marvel, MCU saying, we don't give a shit about our fans.
We don't care.
Fans of the comic books, we don't care. Mm-hmm. You are fucking nothing.
Fuck all you. We don't care.
Fuck all of you.
We don't care. You know what? We care about Trevor Slattery. We don't care about you.
I still can't believe. I thought this was a fake trailer when I first saw it. I'm like,
when I watched it, I watched the beginning of it and I was like, oh God. And I turned it off. And then I came back to it tonight and I was like, oh, I haven't watched that. I have to watch it. And I watched it through and I was like, this is not the trailer. This can't possibly be the trailer.
So folks, for those of you that don't know, Wonder Man is an actor who has like superhuman...
Wonder Man, sorry to cut you off. Wonder Man is like 6 different things that you could do. And they're doing none of them.
True.
Because Wonder Man is a failed scientist. Wonder Man is a failed entrepreneur and businessman who gets run out of business by Tony Stark. Wonder Man turns to acting kind of as a third let's go on this wheel along with superheroing. And he also fights the Avengers on numerous occasions. He's been a villain just as often as he's been a hero. Yeah. And you're doing none of these things.
And he's this super strong, awesome,
impenetrable.
superhero villain.
His body is made out of ionic energy.
Yep.
Which means that he can change his size, his shape, his density. He has super strength. He can shoot kinetic beams of energy.
Yeah. He's fucking awesome.
He's also the brother to the Vision. Another thing we will not be doing.
Nope.
Are you fucking...
Well, we're not. The reason we're not doing any of this, folks, is because
we're not doing Wonderman.
In this show, Wonderman isn't a real being.
Wonderman is a character in a movie.
He's a made-up character in a movie, and this is about an actor trying to get the role of this
character.
Which is the dumbest fucking thing.
And they have some asshole Eastern European director who I can't understand half of his dialogue.
His hair's all fucking weird.
He's awful to look at. You don't like looking at him. He looks like the fucking... what's his name? Stellan Skarsgård in Dune.
Yeah.
He has big energy like that. And he just, like, in the 90s, he was touching women every day on set. Like, you don't...
Very Harvey Weinstein.
You don't want to hang out with this guy, and he's one of the central characters of this whole fiasco.
Dude.
And who else is with him but Trevor fucking Slattery, who's getting a third bite of the apple? Are you insane? To the point where they joke about it. They're like, where do I know this guy from? Oh, I think he was a terrorist once. Why is he here? Why is he here? You can't come up with anybody else to be Wonder Man's wingman but this guy? You have the world of options at your disposal, and you've chosen this guy.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. He's Trevor Slattery is back in America.
Yeah.
He should be in jail for the rest of his
jail
fucking life.
In America.
But he's walking the streets,
he's
going to
jobs.
auditions.
He's getting work, baby.
Dude.
He's getting invited to these super mansions to get a job. It's not even like the trailer ends with like some magical thing that the director has brought into the house that he's going to use that's going to save the picture, and it's going to be the one thing that makes the picture really important. And that's like, oh, so that's going to explode and we're going to get Wonder Man and he's going to be thrown into the superhero realm. Nothing. We get no superheroing.
Nope.
We get no costumes.
Nope.
We get no villains. We get no anything. There's literally nothing.
You get the costume in the flashback to the OG movie that they're recasting.
Yes.
And it is a comic accurate costume.
It's one of his comic accurate costumes.
Which made me pissed because I'm like, okay, so that looks cool.
Yeah.
But it's not really.
Well, and what made me angry
character.
was that the fucking thumbnail has a comic accurate costume in the thumbnail.
Yeah.
Where he has the red jacket and the red glasses and the big W, and you're like, oh, Wundy, great. Not in the fucking trailer, guys!
No.
I would not be able to use that in a thumbnail if I just uploaded the video to YouTube without any outside influences because it's not in the fucking trailer!
Al, I can't stress how mad this made
I'm not watching this, man. I'm not.
There's
I'm
no
done.
fucking
I'm done.
way I'm watching
I
that.
didn't watch Ironheart. I didn't watch Loki Season 3, and I'm not watching this. I'm not doing it.
Did I watch Season 3?
You
I watched
did.
half of it.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't watch Agatha.
Yeah. No, I didn't watch Agatha. I forgot about Agatha, where they recast Wiccan.
Yeah.
What are we fucking doing, guys?
Well, it was this trailer, and I can't stress this enough to all you MCU lovers out there that always are giving them a pass.
The slurpers.
This is easily the worst adaptation of a character that they have done so far. And to say that for this company is astronomical because they have fucked up so many characters. This is by far the worst adaptation.
It's beyond the pale.
It's so bad.
It is so egregious as to be like, when I finished that trailer, I was like, how can that possibly be it?
Yes.
This is how you're trying to sell it? And so I watched the teaser that came out 2 days beforehand. It had no other information. There is nothing. There is so much nothing. What am I supposed to hang my hat on? There's nothing here. You gave me nothing to go on, and I'm supposed to be hyped over this because you have new Morpheus in it? I love new Morpheus. He's great.
Yeah.
He's not going to be worth watching this shit pile.
No.
Are you kidding? So we can find out about his method acting and his process and Trevor Slattery's process and see, fucking Euro Harvey Weinstein's goddamn grotto and the inevitable shot of him in a fucking Speedo or something. And I'm not doing this, man. I'm not doing this. This fucking sucks. Not a mention of any superheroes whatsoever. If you didn't know that this took place in Marvel's universe, besides the Trevor Slattery one line, you wouldn't know that this was a Marvel thing.
Yeah.
There is literally nothing about this that tells you that this is a Marvel thing. There is no tie-in to anything else outside of Trevor Slattery. So that's the one thing tying us back to the universe, is your literal weakest, worst point that you've come up with in this entire fucking fiasco of a series that you just... What deal did you sign with Ben Kingsley? Does he know where the bodies are? What's going on, Kevin?
This is just... It's the classic Ben Kingsley, who could be in the greatest thing ever and then be in fucking Blood Rain. You know what I mean? It's like he is the worst best actor. He picks the worst roles. Like, and I don't think he has the tax issues that Nicolas Cage has either.
I was going to say, at least Jeremy Irons did D&D because he bought a castle and he had to refurbish it.
Yeah.
Like, at least there's something there.
Jeremy Irons was the... Jaws Revenge. Why can't I think of his name?
Oh, Michael Caine.
Michael Caine's, where he says, the movie sucked, but you should see the house it built.
Yeah.
Same thing with Jeremy Irons, exactly.
Yeah. He just finished refurbing that castle. It's beautiful. It took him 20 years and a terrible D&D movie to do, but he did it.
Yeah.
I look at this and I'm just like, what am I supposed to be excited about here? Abso-fucking-lutely nothing. There's nothing worth being excited about here. You've blown every opportunity. There's no way for Vision to be related to Simon in any capacity now, because A, Vision is dead. B, everything I've heard about Vision Quest sounds terrible.
Yeah.
Human Ultron, terrible. Terrible. You know who would never be human? Fucking Ultron. You know why? Because he hates humans. It doesn't have anything to do with the fact that he is human in his psychosis. He hates humans. So you know who would never be a human? Fucking Ultron. And I'm hearing about human Ultron in Vision Quest. Get this shit right the fuck out of here. Don't bring in James Spader. Don't do this. What the fuck are we doing? It brings me back to Beau DeMayo. I've been meaning to talk about this for like 6 weeks. Beau DeMayo, a few weeks ago, who made X-Men 97 and then promptly got ousted for a variety of reasons. Again, he has a kind of a checkered history when it comes to being fully truthful about situations, so we can't take this at 100% authentic value. But what he's saying makes a lot of sense with all the other evidence that we have, which is that Kevin hates other people's ideas.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Kevin hates when other people have better ideas than he has, and he shoots them down, and he doesn't want to deal with them, and he doesn't want to engage with them. And when someone makes a better product than Kevin makes, he fully pulls any support he would have.
Yep.
And then he fires the people involved. This is the fucking problem, guys.
That's the problem.
You can't have this one guy who thinks he's God and so smart and knows all this shit, who has been fucking around for over 10 years and fucking up way more than he's gotten success out of anything. And he's going to be the be-all, end-all. He's going to be the one that's going to tell us everything is going to be good. This guy who blew everything.
And the funny thing is, one of his former employees who now runs DC is doing the same thing, because when Peacemaker finale, it got lambasted, he pretty much came out and said, I don't give a fuck what you think.
Yeah.
And it's like,
well,
dude.
James Gunn did that after Superman. When people complained about Superman, he was like, listen, I know more about Superman than you do, so like your opinion doesn't matter, man. Yeah. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I don't get why they stick with these fucking... I mean, they're not making money anymore. These movies and shows are not making fucking money anymore, but you're sticking with these assholes.
Well, and like they bring in talent that doesn't understand what the game is.
Exactly.
We were just talking last week about the person who just got brought on to do Supergirl, and how they were like, oh, Kara should be broken. She watched her planet die, so I'm going to make this broken version of Supergirl. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Did you see the end of the movie? Like, we can have conversations about her drinking because of the sadness that she feels over Krypton, but like, you can't have this dark, dour, I hate everything Supergirl. That won't work. That just won't work. You can do repressed. You can do she seems bubbly and happy, but deep down she's really repressed and just trying to use that as a facade. You can do that, but you can't have her going around with a bottle and a trench coat, you know, kind of sliding into walls and sloshing around, and I'm fucking the comedian from Watchmen, and I'm just drunk all the time. I can't deal with the trauma of my past. That's not Supergirl.
No.
That won't work, guys.
No, it's
and yet
not gonna
that's
work.
their plan. And you're just like, what the fuck is happening?
And that's the funny part, though, is Superman already was technically failure because it barely made any profit, if any. Mm-hmm. What the fuck do they expect out of Supergirl? it ain't gonna do shit. Because people like us that would go see it if it was done properly are not gonna go fucking see it knowing that they fucked it up.
The whole thing has just been that Supergirl is this rebel, right? And so, like, her whole thing is, like, she crosses out all the Superman stuff and she puts in her own thing, and she's just this rebel. She's just this rebel, and she's Superman, but different and rebellious. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. I got no problem with that. What's the fucking movie gonna be?
Yeah.
You can show me a million posters. What's the fucking movie gonna be, guys? Because every time I hear anything about the fucking movie, it reminds me of The Flash and how the director of The Flash just came out again to defend his movie.
Yeah.
It's undefensible,
It is
man.
undefensible.
There's nothing you can say that will change the final product that you put out on the field. Okay? How many NFL teams do we hear talk about how they have the greatest team around and they just need to fix a few problems, and then they turn around and they look like fucking shit, the Dolphins.
Yeah.
And you're just like, it's just not just one thing, guys. It's a lot of things. You have to gut the house. I don't have faith in you to do this, man.
I agree.
And I want to. I want to, because I do, in my heart of heart, I do really like that Superman movie. It might just be that we haven't had a good Superman movie since 1976. It might be a myriad of things. I like that movie, and I want to overlook its problems and its shortfalls. You get that once. Look at The Force Awakens. You get one of those.
Yep.
That is not a successful business model.
Yep.
You have to be better. The next time, it has to be better. You get one of those.
And Supergirl is turning out to be like The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude.
You missed the point.
You gotta fucking
You missed the point, and you came in and you said, I don't need to read any comics. I don't need to do any research. I don't need to know the character. I already know everything I need to know. I know the story I'm going to tell. I don't need anything else. Narnia is sounding a lot the same as this, too.
Dude.
Of just like, I don't need anybody else to tell me what my story is. I know what my story is. I'm going to make my story. And it's like, then fucking don't do this.
Yeah.
Then fucking
Because your story is the story that was written 100 years ago. That's your fucking story.
Then make fucking Brightburn, and we'll all talk about how you clearly just ripped off Superman.
Yes.
Okay? If you want to make your story, quote unquote, your story, then just make the fucking 900th ripoff of Superman. All right? We'll throw it on the pile with Invincible and The Boys and Brightburn and all these other things that have come out, the 9 Supermen that Marvel has created. We'll throw them all on the same pile. Okay? And then we'll move on with our fucking life. But you don't get to just change everything because you came in and had one thought. After 70, 80, 90, 100 years of history, you don't get to just come in and be like, I've solved it, guys. I know how to fix everything. Nothing's broken. I'm going to fix everything. And then you start tearing down the house, and it's like, everything was fine.
Yeah.
And then you started tearing down the house because you kept on telling us that you were going to fix it. It wasn't broken until you broke it.
And the problem they're going to run into with the Narnia thing is, once again, the OG first Narnia is a perfect version. Like, that's that movie.
Yeah.
You can't, unless you improve upon it, which is almost an impossibility. Like, I think that movie it holds up very well today.
Yeah.
They're just, it's like, what's the point
What's
of
the point of this? Then make something else.
Why do a remake if you don't fucking do it better? If you're just going to make it different and fucking stupid, don't even fucking make it.
I have argued this before, and I will argue it again. If you're going to remake Narnia, start with one of the books you haven't done. Make The Horse and His Boy. The Horse and His Boy takes place during the reign of the Pevensey children.
Yeah.
While they are ruling Narnia. And it takes place outside of everything that's going on there. And it's just people in the world of Narnia doing their thing and having their conflicts and living their lives. Do that. That's a great starting point. And then you can be like, oh, the Pevenseys, now let's go back and do Lion the Witch and the Wardrobe, and we'll do that. And then you can build out to other things. But, like, don't come in here and say, I know what your problem is, when there hasn't been a problem. The problem was the Voyage of the Dawn Treader, and that was a problem because it got way too commercial and was horribly made.
It's terrible.
So, like, I think my thing is don't do that.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. I don't have an answer for you. I think you just got to not do it. That's all. Or make your own thing. Here's the crazy thing. Everybody is talking about Disney is throwing out these grenades of like, nobody actually wants original content because we made Elio and then we didn't
do any kind of production for it after it came out, and now nobody watched it, so nobody wants original content. They only want remakes. See, I have one single piece of evidence that says that this is true, and I'm not going to look at all the other pieces of evidence like Good Boy or any of these other things that totally counteract my argument. Because this is the fucking internet, and we don't do that anymore. We just acknowledge the things that allow us to say the things we want to say, and we fully disavow any other knowledge of anything else going on. I'm so sick of this. If you want to make a Narnia, make something that is so Narnia coded as to have all of us say, well, it's essentially Narnia, but at least it's not Narnia because they did this, and this.
Yeah.
And I would not have sat through that in a Narnia movie, but it's not Narnia. So I guess you get away with it. When you put the name of the thing on it, you can't do that anymore, man.
The thing. We got to move on. We're going to talk about football now.
Yes.
So it looks like the horror movies are going to have to be pushed to next week. Because we're already pushing 2 hours, so it's getting late. So I need to say this: the Giants need to fire their kicker.
Did they lose that game?
They just lost on a last-minute field goal
fucking
because
kidding me?
they got the touchdown to go ahead, and he missed his second extra point of the game, so they were only up 2. Denver got down the field on 2 plays and kicked the winning field goal.
I think that they have their backup kicker right now. I think the Giants are down to a backup.
I think so too.
I think Graham
but
Gano
missed
got injured.
2 extra points.
That's terrible.
You got to find somebody better than that. Because Jackson Dart, he did have a turnover, but he had 4 total touchdowns in this game.
Yeah.
In Denver against one of the best defenses in the league.
When we started this game, they were up 26, 8, something like that. And it was
now, the only reason I'm happy Denver won is it looks like the Chargers are going to lose. So Denver is still number 1 in their division, not the fucking Chiefs.
Yeah.
So that's what makes me happy about that. It's like, okay, someone is still number 1 in that division other than that goddamn team that everyone's giving flowers to.
Okay.
Even though they beat up on the fucking Raiders.
So you remember that slurping noise that we heard before?
Yes. Ball slurp.
I've been hearing a lot of that slurp over the Chiefs this last week. Everybody and their cousin is like, the Chiefs are back. The Chiefs are alive. Guys, it's
Detroit.
on like Donkey Kong. Because they beat Detroit with a mysteriously clean sheet.
Yeah, not one.
No
penalty.
penalties.
Not one.
No penalties. And a pass that in any other NFL team, including the Bills, would be considered a drop, was miraculously not a drop for Travis Kelce. That's crazy.
Well, you know who was watching in the stadium? Tay-Tay.
You know who was there. So I'm just saying, NFL, if you want me to stop bringing this up, stop making it so easy to bring up.
Yeah.
They did not have a clean sheet. I refuse to believe that because I've seen the holding calls. There were some truly egregious holds in that game. There were some really bad secondary contact or illegal contact in that game. None of it called. Absolutely none of it called. And then you have the I'll admit, that touchdown that the Lions had, there should have been a penalty. You have maybe 45 seconds, and that's extremely generous to call that a penalty, if you want to call that a penalty. You cannot come back after a minute and say, hey, guess what? Takes you back, says it's not a no. It's not a no. You didn't score. You didn't score. Bring out your field goal. You didn't score. What?
After a minute.
After over a minute.
Yeah.
Of debating and going back and forth on it, you suddenly say, I guess it's not actually a score. Oh, you can't do that and not have everybody and their cousin be like, so you're rigging this for the Chiefs. So I agree. Goff did not reset after touching the center's ass, right? He just ran out. He didn't reset. I agree. You have 30 seconds to make that call.
Yeah.
Okay? You can't just sit here and wait for infinity to have some salvation from on high come down and say, no, we don't have to give that to them. The Chiefs can still have a chance in this game, guys. The block in the back towards the end of the game, again, I know, technically speaking, not impactful to the result of the game, but I fully understand why Brian Branch fucking threw hands.
Yeah.
This is insane. Everybody was like, you gotta calm down. I'm like, where have you been?
Yeah.
Because we were upset about this last year, and I will not sit for it again. This is fucking horse shit.
Yeah.
This is fucking horse shit. As someone who has watched the Bills commit over a dozen penalties several weeks in a row, This is horseshit. I'm hearing people say, well, those are calls that the home team always gets. Fucking horseshit!
Yeah, that's not the case.
We did not get those calls for 3 straight weeks.
Yeah.
Okay? And we were home for all of those fucking losses, except for the one to the Falcons, which I turned off because opening play, there's a fumble. Epinesa jumps on top of it. Mysterious holding call. It's off the map. So we just can't have anything then, is what you're saying. And I'm not saying we deserve to win that game. We didn't. I ended that game saying we need to fire McDermott and we need to fire Babbage and we need to fire Brady. We need to fire all 3 of these men and start all over again at the end of the offseason.
Absolutely.
I hope that we can make a wild card. I don't think we're going to win the division. I want Brian Flores. Fire McDermott. Bring in Flores. Let the heads hit the floor, man. Let them roll. I'm done with this shit. I'm done with McDermott not being able to do anything. I'm done with his stupid grandpa glasses. I'm done with his terrible calls. I'm done with his inability to motivate the team. I'm done with all of the fucking penalties, man. Not since Rex Ryan was the coach have I seen the team so undisciplined.
Yeah.
What the actual fuck are we doing? Okay? Like, I hate the illegal formation calls. They are, in my opinion, a blight on the game. Because all of a sudden you'll have this big play that everybody was really excited for taken off the board because someone's ankle was turned a little to the wrong direction. Fucking stop, okay? Did it have any impact on the play? No, not at all. The play was on the other side of the field away from where this happened. Then why are we calling it, man? Then what's the point of this? Oh, because it's a penalty. Is it? Is it actually a penalty? If it, listen, if someone grabs onto a face mask and pulls a guy to the floor, that's a fucking penalty.
Yes.
This is not a penalty. This is a clerical error that is stopping the entire game so we can all have a chat about this clerical error. Who fucking cares, dude? Nobody fucking cares. Fucking get this shit out of here. It slows the game down. It makes a worse product. It takes great plays off the field. And there's very little to do because a lot of it has to do with players looking to refs and saying, am I set? And then the refs not replying. And then the play starts and the refs throw a flag. The very same guy that the player pointed to and said, am I set? Throws the flag.
Yeah.
And you're just like, then tell him he's not set. That's what we've done. 4 decades. Okay? 4 decades we've done that. If he's not set, then tell him he's not set. What the fuck are we doing, man? What is this shit?
It's nuts. It's nuts. And my hope is, and this is off the topic you were just on, but kind of with the whole Josh Allen problem.
Yeah. Oh, the Josh Allen problem.
They've pumped so much money, and a lot of these teams are seeing this now. You see it with the Bengals. You see it with all these teams that put all this money into their quarterbacks.
Took a discount.
He took a discount. Look at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah.
Baker fucking Mayfield making $33 million a year. Happy as shit. Because honestly, he's smart. I remember Tom Brady once when he took a discount, and they're like, oh, how could you're only making this money? He goes, if I can't feed my family on this fucking amount of money, there's something wrong.
No.
And that's what Baker's taking. And they have such a loaded team that even though they had 19 starters out last game, they still fucking won a game.
Yeah.
A great game. Like, it was a fucking awesome game against, was it Washington they were against?
The Niners. They were playing
Niners,
the Niners
that's right. And it's like,
who's also injured to hell.
Yeah. But it's like they have a $50 million quarterback, and so they had to lose a lot of players on defense. And, well, they're losing a lot of players on defense to injuries. But it's like, I'm hoping teams will realize that when you put all your money into 3 people or 2 people, you're not going to be able to fucking put a team on the field. Buffalo is showing that because their defense is dog shit.
Well, what drives me crazy is that the Bills' defense hasn't had that much turnover in terms of personnel. No. The players on the defense are relatively similar to the players from last year and the players from the year before that.
Getting old.
They're getting older.
That's the problem.
And some of them are tragically old.
Yes.
In the same way that I want to fucking fire McDermott, I love Trey White. We have to cut Trey White. He has to be gone.
Yes.
He has to be gone. Not down the depth chart, not as another option later on. He needs to be gone.
Yep.
Because you want to talk about dumb fucking penalties that I can't sit here and be like, the NFL is rigged, it's making it so the Bills can't win. Because all of Trey's penalties are on Trey.
Yeah.
They're on Trey. It is him doing the most idiotic, stupid fucking bullshit and then turning around and mugging the camera being like, what'd I do? What did I do? What did I do? Fucking
it's
stop.
dumb as shit.
Stop with this shit, dumb. Man. I can't stand it. I can't stand that we're still trying to make the Cole Bishop thing work. Listen, if you want more speed out of one of the safeties, put Bishop at corner. Take Trey out. Put Hamlin at safety. It's worth trying. What we're doing isn't fucking working.
It is like
our defense has been abysmal in all but one game, and that one game was against the 0-7 Jets.
Yeah.
So it doesn't mean jack fucking shit.
And what's amazing to me is the two teams that were right at the top for Super Bowl potential have the worst fucking defense, and that's the Bills and the Ravens.
Yeah, it's abysmal.
I can't...
At least the Ravens can be like, Kyle Van Noy is injured. Kyle Hamilton is injured. A bunch of our guys that would lead our defense are injured.
Yeah,
okay,
but
yeah.
even when they were there at the beginning of the season, they still were horrible. Like, think about that first game against Buffalo. Buffalo ran up and down the field on their asses. I mean, so did the Ravens because we didn't realize Buffalo's defense sucked too.
That's the thing.
But it's like, and that's the part that drives me nuts. It's like, how can you... I understand quarterbacks think they deserve to get all the money.
Mm-hmm.
How can you play a position like quarterback and say that your main focus is winning, but knowingly put your team in a hole by taking a quarter of the budget of the team just for yourself when all you need to do is take $15 million less? You can't tell me a player making $40 million a year isn't going to be set for fucking life.
Oh my God, no. Well,
but like, no, I got to make $60 million.
That's the funny thing is that Josh said, that's why I say Josh technically took a discount, was because he told his agent, don't take them for everything that they're worth. We want a high contract, but I'm going to be living fine. I have a house, I have a truck, I have a wife. I'm going to be fine.
But that's
he still has a $52 million contract.
$52 million. Take, like, I
take
love
$12 million off of that.
Especially, he's the guy that has... I was laughing at it because in that last game, I think it was a fumble or an interception, and they went to commercial, and the first two commercials were him.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, if you were making $40 million, that gives money for wide receivers, that gets money for defense, and...
Those players are all cheaper.
Well, and I think about Rob Gronkowski, who said he never touched his NFL money because he lived off his endorsements.
Yes. No, that's the thing is that Josh is making money hand over fist on his endorsements.
Yes. So you don't need 50. It's the LeBron James thing.
Yeah.
He always needs the biggest contract, even though he's a billionaire. Dude, take a fucking discount. Play for $10 million.
Do you know how much of a hero you would be to the community?
Dude.
Like, the community would instantly welcome you in as an everyman for making $10 million.
Once again, Baker fucking Mayfield.
Yeah.
He could literally do what Trump said and walk onto the streets of Tampa and shoot somebody, and they'd be like, Baker didn't do it. Yeah. They fucking adore him, and I adore him. He's my favorite player in the fucking league right now. And it's because I'm saying he took less. It is also what they offered him coming off of playing 1 year.
Yeah.
But still... He has never griped about it.
No.
As good as he's playing, as tough as he's dealt, he's never griped about it.
Well, and it makes me wonder about things like, would we have Rasul Douglas still?
Yeah.
If Allen had a cheaper contract. Who would we still have if Allen had a cheaper contract?
In free agency, what wide receiver
could we have gotten? Could we have gotten somebody that could really help? Because I like Shakir, but
you don't have a number one.
Okay, Coleman is not a number one receiver. He's a 3 receiver.
Yes, you have a team of threes.
Yes. And it's just like, that's not going to do it. Nope. And you refuse to play the short game with your tight ends, and you mysteriously refuse to run the ball. And then you'll also take James Cook out when you do run the ball on third down. And you're just like, what is happening? Yep. We have fully gotten to the point now where I was texting people, and the resounding response I got was, what do you think it is that you do here, McDermott? What would you say it is you do? Because frankly, I don't know what you did. We weren't prepared for any of the last 3 teams that we faced. We haven't been prepared for any team since the Jets, I would argue. Yeah. We are undisciplined as hell. We don't seem to know anything about the rules for playing football. Everything is just give it to Josh, he'll solve the problems. Yeah. That's not a solution, guys. That's not gonna work. For one thing, people are getting better at tackling Josh. For another thing, that has nothing to do with the fucking defense. I'm going to go back to what I said about Tua last year. When the Dolphins fans were all saying, well, if Tua just comes back, we'll be fine. If Tua just comes back, we'll be fine. Tua didn't play on defense. Josh doesn't play the defense, okay? Just because Josh is going to give you a chance on offense doesn't mean that he's going to win the game. So what, we're going to win every game 50-40, except we can't score more than 20 points in a fucking game. So this is not a plan. This is the antithesis of a plan.
I am very curious to know exactly what the offer and the full court press they put on for Micah Parsons. Because if
Daquan and 2-1s. Daquan and 2-1s. Daquan Jones, 2-1s. I know he's injured now, but before the season began, Daquan Jones, 2-1s.
But the package was good, but I think it was something that Parsons...
No, that's what I would give. I don't know what the Bills offered.
But, like, to me, knowing their defense... Like, you look at their defense on paper, and you can tell that it's old, it's not quick. You have injury-prone people like... what's his face? Milano was out again. Fucking out again. Dude, I would have done anything to get Parsons because regardless of, I mean, he is playing great on the Green Bay, but he has lifted that entire fucking defense.
Well, apparently, I don't know the veracity of all of this, but apparently Jerry only called 2 teams, the Packers and the Eagles. Because that's Jerry doing Jerry things.
Such a fucking dickhead.
The
fact that they won tonight too against Washington.
Once again, so Kevin Feige meet Jerry Jones. This is the plan. This is how we do all things now.
Jerry Jones with his thumbs up middle finger.
Oh yeah, if I wanted to flip someone off, I would have flipped him off. I was doing the wrong thing. I'm sorry. Fuck
idiot.
you, Jerry. Fuck you, Jerry.
That does piss me off that they won so big today. They won 44 to.
I mean, it's because they got CD back.
44-22.
They have CD, Dak, and George Pickens all playing at a high level. That's all it is. They have no defense. They have no ability to stop the run. But as the Panthers showed, but as long as, what was this final score? 44-22. As long as you can put up 40, it turns into a race. And so it just becomes that.
And I have to do a shout out.
Raiders, are you fucking kidding me?
Oh, they're horrible. They're easily now. I honestly think I would put them ahead of the Titans as the worst team in football.
At this point, Tom Brady
terrible.
needs to help them cheat to make them relevant.
No, they need to find out who made the decision on Geno Smith.
Pete Carroll. I will guarantee you it was Pete Carroll. He
And
is not a long-term
Pete Carroll's
solution.
got to be done.
He's got to be done.
After this year. Got to be done.
He's got to be done.
They got to try to find a way to get one of these like really young, great coaches to go in there and just fucking try to fix that shit.
Knowing them, they're going to end up with like Dabo Sweeney from Clemson and Arch Manning, and everybody's going to be like, they're going to be great, and then they're going to suck, and they're going to be fucking terrible, and it's just going to be like more trouble in the desert.
Going around that the next replacement would be McCarthy.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
So
I've heard that he's going to go to Tennessee, who also fucking blew it today. You had a chance to beat the Patriots, and you fucking blew it.
Dude, the Patriots look fucking good.
I don't want to talk about it. I
know you don't want to talk about it. Okay, so I want to do a shout out to.
I would rather have the Jets be good. I would trade 100% the Patriots for the Jets in this season. If the Patriots were 0-7 and the Jets were actually winning the division, I'd be like, you know what? I don't like it, but I'll sign for it.
So I gotta say this. I can't believe I'm fucking saying this. So if Detroit. And I'm hoping this because I do love Tampa. If Detroit could find a way to lose, they will be tied with the 4-2 Chicago Bears, who have won 4 in a row. And today they won.
Yes, they did.
Against a bad team.
Yes.
With quite possibly the worst offensive performance in the world. Their defense, I don't know what's going on. I don't know how they've come out of nowhere after those first couple games. Their defense is killing it now. That offensive performance today, holy fuck, dude.
Yeah.
But it's like, you see last week's offensive performance, which was outstanding, and they crushed it. And then this week, you're like, but they still fucking won 4 in a row. Hey, once again, they still suck. The fact that I think, I can't remember who they play next week, but they have the potential to be tied for first. Like, Green Bay pulled it out today, but they looked like they were going to lose.
Yeah.
And if they lost, they would have been tied for first place in the North.
I really want the Bears to be good, man. I love it when the Bears are good. I love the idea of the Bears being good with a good offense. That's hilarious to me.
I can't quite understand why they're having the issues they're having on offense.
I think it's just a growing issue. I think that Caleb
it is only
still
the 6th game he's played with his new coach and
I think
new
that
offensive coordinator.
this is something that I was thinking about today was because because I was watching the Vikings game with the Eagles, and everybody was talking about whether or not they should bring in the baby. I can't remember.
J.J. McCarthy?
McCarthy, yeah.
Okay.
Whether they should bring him in against the Eagles because he's technically healthy, but it's a rough assignment. So they trotted out Carson Wentz, who had one of the worst games I've ever seen a quarterback play. Holy shit! Holy shit!
They still almost won that game.
And between that and Bryce Young and all these other young quarterbacks, people are writing them off. And I'm like, you are sending a sapling out. You have to let it grow, and the only way it will grow is to continue to nurture it, okay? I'm not saying that you have to let it be burned by fire, okay? I get it. There's certain things that the sapling should not be put out to do. But you also have to be fucking patient with this shit, because it takes fucking time. Look at Baker in his first 3 seasons. He was a very different, if exactly the same player. Right, in terms of the decision-making that he did, all the things that he did. Moreover, how he would get a little too eye of the tiger about stuff like injuries and other things. He seems to be making better decisions now. You look at Jackson Dart in his first game where he slid down, where he didn't slide down, actually. Meaningfully, he was running all the time, and everybody was like, get the fuck up, get down. These kids need time to grow. And I'm not saying that's going to work out for everybody. You look at Trevor Lawrence, who's just like, for every one game he has like 3 games that are bad.
And people always talk about like NFL busts, like guys that just go out who are supposed to be good and do really bad. He was supposed to be the next.
He was going to be Peyton Manning. He was going to be Tom Brady.
And fuck, he is not good, dude. Oh. Now, mind you, that first year with Urban Meyer, fuck, dude. If you want to fuck a quarterback up, that's the way to do it. And being a Bears fan, totally understand how to fuck up a quarterback in their first year. We're experts at it.
Although I will say the ironic thing about that is that unless he had somehow dropped, which he was never going to do, to third to go to the Niners, which was never going to happen, if for somehow he ended up with the Jets, he would have ended up in the exact same situation. Absolutely. He would be just as bad now if he had ended up with the Jets as with the Jags. So, I want teams, moreover, I want fan bases to be more patient with some stuff. I'm so tired of fan bases being like, oh, Bryce Young sucks. It's like, dude, he's been in the league for 2.5 years.
Yeah, on one of the worst franchises in the league.
He's had several head coaches at this point, some of them not offensive-minded.
And his rookie year, before he even stepped on the field, they traded away the number 1 wide receiver on their team. To my team, so thank you.
Yeah.
But they trade away their number 1 wide receiver and be like, here you go.
And he has an owner that is the height of impatient.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I can't imagine the pressure that he feels in the building. So, like, give the guy time, man. He's
like 3'2". Yeah. It's like Kevin Hart out there throwing a football.
Yeah. It's just like, dude, everybody sat down and said, oh, Stroud is the clear pick. Look at the evidence of 1 year. Stroud was the clear pick. And then you fast forward to now, and it's like, but really? I think they're about the same.
There was a turning point in C.J. Stroud, which I love. It keeps getting pointed out on First Things First, which I love that show. Even though Nick Wright I can't take him talking about the Chiefs. But when he's not talking about the Chiefs, he's great. It's just when he incessantly talks about the Chiefs, it drives me nuts.
I don't know.
In fact, he had one of the best. It was during the George Floyd. I think it might have been around that time, because he married an African American woman, and he has a grown son now, a stepson, whatever. But he was like talking about having conversations with his son, and his son talking about how terrified he is, and he's crying, telling this beautiful story, and I'm like, right there, I loved him. Mm-hmm. But, talking about Chiefs sucks. But anyway. Oh, C.J. Stroud. He points out there was a game last year when they beat the Bears. And at the end, C.J. Stroud pulled Caleb aside and gave him like a, now, it's going to be okay. Call me and we'll talk about it. Ever since that, he's gone to shit. Yeah. And people call that the come to Jesus moment for him. Because he was like acting like he was this big thing because he had one good year. And then he's gone to shit ever since then.
Well, the same thing happened with Jaden Daniels. Everybody last year was like, Jaden Daniels, oh, this guy's going to run the NFL for the next 10 years. And then you fast forward to this year, and he's not bad, but he's been injured. He's had an up-and-down season. He's had some bad opponents. He's had some bad breaks. The Dan Quinn curse continues to kind of ruffle some feathers over there. So, like, I don't know, man. It's one of those things where you never know. Remember, when Josh was drafted, People thought it was way too high.
He was terrible in the first
and he was
years.
awful for like the first 3 years. People are like, no, after year 2, he got better. No. I watched that. Why do you think I still call him Tall Boy? Because every once in a while, he makes a decision that only a 7-year-old will make. And you're like, what the actual fuck are you doing?
Yep.
You are not a man. You are a child. Stop being a child. When you are a man, I will call you man. Until then, you are a child.
Yeah.
And dude won an MVP, and I still call him Tall Boy. There's an argument to be made that he should be Tall Man after that, which is made better because I feel like now I have.
But once again, who gives a fuck about MVP?
Well, like, that's the thing, is that it was one of those, like...
Get to a Super Bowl. Don't even win one.
Yes!
Get to a Super Bowl.
Get to the Super Bowl. That's why, until he gets there, I won't call him Tall Man.
Yeah.
I came up with an even better name. I want to call him Atlas, because he's fucking tall and he holds the whole sky up, okay?
Yeah.
When he's gone, the sky falls, okay? He's fucking Atlas. I want to call him Atlas. I can't call him Atlas until he earns the name!
And I want everyone who is a fanboy for Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and Justin Herbert to remember this. Rex Grossman took his team to the Super Bowl.
Yes, he did.
Remember that.
Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl.
Trent Dilfer won a fucking Super Bowl. Didn't he go to one with the Ravens too?
He won the one with the Ravens.
What about the one with Tampa? No, that wasn't
That was
him.
Brad Johnson.
That was Brad Johnson. Yeah, Brad Johnson
won a Super Bowl.
But they were at least competent quarterbacks. Rex Grossman fucking sucked.
Jimmy Garoppolo went to a Super Bowl.
And almost won.
You know why?
Because
he had a defense and skill players around him. Okay? Honestly, I think the best thing that could happen to our culture is to adopt a sense of honor and mentality to what we do, which is to say that I don't know if you need a plaque or whatever, but when you make a certain amount of money, you should be able to look at yourself, look at the world around you, and say, the thing I can do to make this place better is to not make money anymore.
Yeah.
To let other people make money, because I have $100 million and I will literally never spend that money in my entire life. Okay? And if you need to have like a escrow account with like savings just in case that gets some money put into it by whatever invention or thing that you made, cool, whatever, great. But nobody needs to be a billionaire. There don't need to be any billionaires, because what's the point of that? We don't have a recession because of this, that, or the other thing. We have a recession because there's so many billionaires and they're holding on to all of the money. And so now there's no money for everybody else because the billionaires all have the money. Okay. And now they're buying homes and selling them to people or renting them to people. I came up with this idea that Home Depot is going to have to start lobbying for home ownership because their main business model is being able to do renovations to your home, which no one can do now because everyone rents. Yep.
And even rents. There's a young lady I work with who has a 1-bedroom apartment in Greece, I think it was. No, in Park Ave area. And it's $2,000 a month.
Yeah, exactly.
For 1 bedroom.
Exactly. It's not attainable. You can't do it. You can't do it.
I do have to say, going back to football, last week was the first time I did a jump out of my seat, scream, yell. People thought I was dying. 3rd and 14, Baker Mayfield rush. That to me is the play of the year. That was the most, and when he gets up and like cocks his arms. Dude, I fucking love that guy. Like, we talked about it. I love Jackson Dart. I love the running back.
Cam Scattaboo.
Scattaboo. Love those guys.
I worry for Scattaboo's brain.
Oh, I
have deep concerns for Scattaboo's brain.
I don't think he has one. I think he has just a boulder in his head.
Well, he apparently, like, to get himself charged up for the game, he'll ram himself into walls before the game. It's like, dude, Gus Frerotte did that.
Gus Frerotte, I was just going to say that.
And it did not go well. No, like, the thing that I find funny about Jackson Dart is that he is such a baby, not in terms of like his performance or in terms of his mentality, but merely in the fact that he uses his eye black to replicate Anakin Skywalker, which is like all at once you're like, okay, I guess. And that's kind of cool in a way. And it leads to the nickname Darth Vader, which is pretty good. That's not bad. That's not a bad nickname. But at the same time,
it's like,
dude, I don't know how to tell you this. That movie is fucking trash. Yeah. It's
also,
fucking trash.
Take your goddamn chain off.
Why do players play with jewelry on?
I hate that.
Aqib Talib is going to come through and snatch all y'all's chains.
They need. I want that to happen.
Yeah.
Because when they lose a $50,000 necklace, it's like, well.
Yeah, there goes.
Just like the old Ricky Williams days when he had the dreads. And like, no, you can fucking tackle
those.
And they
you
would
can
fucking
grab
rip
those
him out
and
of his
pull
head.
them down. Yeah. No, Justin Jefferson plays with like thousands
It's fucking
dollars
stupid.
of diamonds around his neck every
so
game. It's
dumb.
like, why?
It's
Why?
so
This
dumb.
is insane. Why are you doing this? You're going to get hurt. You're going to get hurt. The last thing I wanted to talk about on football, and then we can close out the show, is just that, listen, things are bad in life. And I'm very frustrated about a lot of things within the football realm. And the only thing that is keeping my spirits up is how bad the Jets are. Aaron, I almost said Davis, Aaron Glenn making a myriad of excuses for just some of the worst play calling I've ever seen in an NFL game. I mean, at least try for the Hail Mary. He's sitting here like, but what if Denver got it back? There's 5 seconds left in the half. Just try. Just try. Here's an idea. Just try. And the Dolphins just fully self-immolating. Just like they've lit themselves on fire like some kind of protesting monk, and they are just burning, baby.
Yeah.
It's bad. It's really bad. And particularly, I just want to sit here and point and laugh because I'm on a bye week and I don't have to stress about this right now or worry that the football gods are going to snap at my butt later this week, which they will. They will. I know this. So I'm going to sit here and trash it anyway and let the football gods damn me as they will. Tua's post-game last week is fucking hilarious.
Dude.
It might be the funniest fucking thing I've ever seen. You want to see a man fully de-pants himself in front of the media? Holy shit. There's nothing like saying leaders of the team need to hold people accountable. Tua, you're the quarterback.
You're the
You're the captain of the team. You are the leader of the team. What are you talking about? At the very least, say, me and the other leaders. We, as leaders, try and frame it in some way that sounds like you are one of them. Because right now, it sounds like no one listens to you because you're not a leader on the team.
I'll be honest, when that press conference ended, if I was ever an owner of a team, right there and then I would fire the head coach.
Well, you know what was funny is that the owner went down to the field because he thought they were going to win that game against the Chargers.
Yeah.
He went down to the field to celebrate, and then they fucking blow it.
Yep.
And he has to watch them blow it, and it's awesome because he fucking sucks as a human being.
Oh,
he's not
terrible.
a good guy.
No, he's horrible.
Stephen Ross, not a good guy.
No.
And then you have Tua blaming everybody but himself, taking no accountability, pulling a full Zach Wilson, who, let's remember, is the backup to Tua. So if you take out Tua, who do you have? Zach Wilson. Is that one of the leaders that's not pulling their weight on the team, Tua? And then you have Mike McDaniel, who I want to like for a variety of reasons. I think he's a cool guy. I think he's got a good
I
attitude.
want to like him too, man. I hate the pants.
The pants, I don't really care about the pants.
He
People
wears
have brought up the
capris,
pants a
for
lot
Christ's sake.
recently, and I'm like, he's been doing that for like 5
I
years.
know. I don't know why
That's
that
not
bothers
new.
me. It's just weird.
But like my thing is that he's got a good brain on him.
Yeah.
He does not have a good mouth when it comes to speaking, at least when he's lost.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe he's talked like this when he won too, but like as a rambly man, case in point, this exact moment, this dude sometimes just needs to shut up.
Yeah.
He just needs to stop talking. And Tua, I think that goes double for you. And then they came back this week and they lost to Dylan Gabriel and the Browns by 25 points.
Yes.
Oh, if anything could make me feel better about this season and the downward trajectory
and then
we're
the
on.
Jets lost.
And the Jets fucking lost to the Panthers.
In New York.
Who scare me because they're more real than people seem to imagine.
Oh, very much so.
And so, like, we're going to lose to the Panthers and we're going to lose to the Chiefs. I know this. This we know.
You can't lose to the Chiefs.
We're going to.
You can't.
We're going to.
You're in Buffalo. It's the last time you're going to be playing them in that stadium.
It's going to happen. Strap in,
cannot
folks. Get
lose.
ready. It's happening.
It can't.
We're going to see.
Hell, I can't mentally take
Dude,
that.
I can't. I have tickets to the Buccaneers game, and I'm sitting here this is going to be a shit show. This is going to be a fucking shit show,
That's
man.
going to be rough.
Yeah.
Because they'll have all the receivers back by then.
You remember when we were going to have the easiest schedule in the NFL because we were playing the NFC South and the AFC North? And it's like, well, half of that is true, and the other half of it we're fucked on because we are a bad football team.
Yeah.
So, but hey, Joe Flacco can get traded in division. I guess that's fine.
Which that was
hilarious,
a fucking amazing game.
Incredible.
Did you watch that game?
I didn't watch it, but I saw the highlights.
Dude, I watched it all the way to the very end. I'm like, this game is fuck. And no one has talked about this. Aaron Rodgers threw a perfect 65-yard in the air Hail Mary that what's his nuts?
DK Metcalf.
DK Metcalf just jumped wrong.
Yeah.
If he would have planted properly, they won that game. I was blown away that a 41-year-old person could throw a football 65 yards on a fucking rope.
I just love that people are calling it the Icy Hot Bowl.
Yeah, it was great.
It was fucking great.
And I do
the AARP
appreciate
Bowl.
when the game ended and the two quarterbacks came together. I loved that moment because they were both smiling like, dude, we're 81 years old combined,
Yeah.
and we just played one of the best games of the year.
The biggest thing I think that is, if anybody is curious about what the NFL, how the NFL has changed in the last 15 to 20 years, look up the quote that Tom Brady has about how he feels about playing in the NFL in his 40s versus earlier. He was talking to Steve Young, and Steve Young tells the story about how Tom Brady basically said, "It's Christmas.
Yeah.
It's perfect. Like, the water is perfect. We can play for as long as we want to. Nobody can touch me. The middle is fully open.
That's why when
the
people
flats are always
calling,
open."
like Mahomes and all that is the greatest ever. It's like, no, they're fucking not. Mahomes and Allen and them never had to line up against Ray Lewis.
No.
Period.
No. You never actually had to play real defense.
No.
No.
Not even a little bit.
You want to talk about somebody who deserves to be paid as the highest player on a team? Whoever leads the defense
Yes.
should be the highest paid player on that team. And then the quarterback should be, because he touches the ball every play, because he's so instrumental to everything, it's part of the honor of the position. You want all that responsibility. It also comes with this responsibility of not taking the big paycheck.
And you will be the one to get all the endorsements.
Yes. Because you're the face of the team.
You're the face of the
so
team.
if you perform well and you're the face of the team, then making $10 million is not that big a deal because you're going to be making money hand over fist everywhere else. And having a wide receiver make a ton of money is, in my opinion, better, even though they touch the ball less, because that holds them to some level of accountability.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, we're paying you all this money. If you're not performing, we're going to get rid of you.
And I love Mike Tomlin when he was asked about Joe Flacco coming to, he's like,
oh, he was
why
pissed.
that? And because he knew Flacco could still throw it down the field. And when you have Chase and Higgins,
it
ended up being what Chase caught 16 out of 20 targets or something like that.
He knew that it would be easier to game plan against Browning than against Flacco.
Oh, fuck yeah.
All the people saying that the Bengals were going to be fine and that Browning was going to see them through this. Hilarious.
But
that's a funny fucking joke.
I think, honestly, with Flacco, there's someone to be reckoned with because, once again, he can wing that thing down the field. And when you have those wide receivers...
He has big Fitztragic energy.
He does.
It's either going to work or it's not. And as soon as it doesn't work, it's bad.
The only really big difference, though, is they have gone to teams and had that initial success, but in reality, they didn't really have great weapons on the teams they get sent to.
Yeah.
I mean, the last one, Fitzmagic, when he was with the Dolphins, they didn't really have anybody. They still ended up beating the Patriots in that one game. But
kind of as
it's
fluke.
Like, you have these weapons. And the tight end, too, that he used to play with in Denver, which when they said Flacco played in Denver, I'm like, fuck, I forgot
that Flacco played in Denver.
I forgot he did, too. But it's like, God damn, man. That was such a great... It was a fucking phenomenal game. It was so good.
It was a good weekend of football. I will say, having not had any cards in the game on this one, it was nice just to sit back and be like, oh, interesting. The Colts and Chargers, they're really going at it.
I gotta say, for last week, I got absolutely destroyed in fantasy football. This week, I am set up to win in one league. I'm like a 75% chance, and then in my other league, I'm like, it's not even close. Yeah, I'm up 141 to 65.
Wow.
The person I'm playing against has 3 players left. I have Egbuka, so it's like he's gonna get me a bunch.
If he's in, he might not start tomorrow. I don't know.
I think he'll play, but I think they'll put him in, but they'll keep Evans out for another game.
Probably. He's a lot older.
Yeah, and it's like every year he has that.
He has a soft tissue injury.
Which the thing I'm sad about is it's set up right now for him to not hit 1,000 yards this year
for the first time in his career.
For the first time. Yeah. Which I fucking wanted him to break that record 11 years in a row, but he's stuck at 10.
Yeah.
But who knows? Maybe he'll have 200-yard games.
Who knows?
All right, folks. Man, that was a great show. It was a marathon. Sorry we couldn't get to the horror, but that was NerdPod Generations episode 175. We really hope you enjoyed it once again.
The dead bodies in this episode, if you were closely looking, they were in Tales of Yotei and in the NFL. Those were where the dead bodies were in this
and
review.
And a lot of horror in the NFL, too.
And I would say we eviscerated Marvel and left them whining on the floor.
Yes.
And Nintendo, just no.
Well, I don't know if I would necessarily say Nintendo. I'd say the Pokemon Company.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, but who's daddy in that situation?
I honestly think the Pokemon Company. I think they dangle Pokemon like Square Enix did with Final Fantasy.
I just don't think that they're ever going to leave Nintendo.
I don't know. If Nintendo pisses them off, then right now Sony's building a handheld. They could be like, "Well, fuck you. We're gonna pull Final Fantasy and go over there," and then that would be
we'll see.
days. So, anyways, folks, NerdPod Generations 175. Please go to nerdpodgen.com. And Al, who does our artwork and our music?
Our art is by Kortney Howell. Our music is by Brendan Williams and James
Next
Connolly.
week we will talk horror movies.
We will actually talk about horror movies.
Yes.
We have to talk about the Knights of Badassdom,
Them.
which is just like, I'm just so lost in the sauce on that movie.
Fucking love it.
I've never watched a movie where you know when you pull out cookies and you got the ingredients wrong and you're just like, I mean, it's still a cookie and it still tastes good, but like,
It's fucking awesome.
I don't know about this one, guys.
It is the B movie of B. Like the
fact this that might be a D movie of B movies.
That it doesn't have trauma before its name still surprises me.
Honestly, the cast is the only thing that really makes that feel not like a trauma movie.
And to think that, okay, we'll talk about.
Yeah, we'll get there.
So, NerdPod Generations, folks. Hope you have a great week.
Have a great week, friends and enemies.